It's another day, Patrick. It's another podcast.
Another one.
Another one.
We did it.
How are you guys doing? It's been a couple weeks. We decided to take a little break because of, well, if you're in the gaming zeitgeist, you know what happened this weekend. Gamer Christmas, Summer Games Fest was this week. We will be talking a little bit about some of it. I think the majority of it will be next week, but this week, kind of wanted to focus on like PlayStation had a couple of things, not a lot, but it was a small little showcase. I don't know why YouTube's having trouble. Gotta restart the whole console, which is a pain because I think it's gonna fuck with the footage. Whatever. Yeah, PlayStation had a little event. As of now, pretty much everyone has gone besides, I think EA has something today, or maybe it's just Dragon Age, but yeah, there wasn't a lot of standouts between any of the showcases besides Xbox. And Xbox was honestly the best showcase that we've had in a long time. And yeah, I don't know if it's even worth talking about like a lot of PlayStation stuff. PlayStation showed a new Astrobot, and they showed off a couple of other things. Once the Xbox restarts, we can start going into footage and everything.
I think that's the only one I watched was the PlayStation one.
Yeah.
The State of Play, yeah.
Yeah. Did you have anything that stood out besides Astrobot? I want to talk about Astrobot a little bit.
Yeah, Astrobot was what they finished with,
Yeah.
which I thought was funny because that's like their console game, isn't it? It just comes with the console, basically.
Yeah, so the first one is a VR game.
Right.
And that, I don't think that was a pack-in, but it was like
really?
a $40
Okay.
title.
Oh, okay.
And then there was Astro's Playroom, which was the console pack-in for the PlayStation 5. But really, it's only like an hour or two demo thing to show you how the controller works.
Just kind of Yeah,
and to show you like haptics and like the touch sensor bar and all that kind of stuff.
Weird.
But I mean, this is like Astrobot's first big game.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think it looks phenomenal. It is very much celebrating PlayStation as a whole kind of thing. I mean, they're very much trying to make their own Mario with it. But the difference between Nintendo and Mario and PlayStation is that Nintendo's identity is Mario.
Yeah.
They have a lot more than Mario, but Mario is the mascot of Nintendo. Like, PlayStation's never really had that before.
Yeah.
PlayStation's like mascot is the PS logo, you know? So a lot of Astrobot and his stuff is all supposed to be kind of like
That's what it's leaning towards.
homages. Yeah. They wanted Sackboy to be the mascot for a very long time, and it's not like they haven't had mascots before.
I think they've always kind of pushed that.
Yeah,
they've always had him appear, as a mascot-esque.
Yeah, at least since the PlayStation 3. But even before then, I mean, they've always had mascots with, like, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper. They've had a lot of these these things attached to their identity that have kind of fallen, and then Sackboy kind of like took the mantle of all of them.
Yeah.
And maybe a lot of that is because of the whole creation aspect.
Yeah, and he was a little more meta because he was like on the remote, so he was like playing the game himself,
right?
Sorta.
Yeah, and I think even Astro is pretty. I mean, the Astro meta it's pretty meta as well because technically, even before then, the first appearance of Astro would be the PlayStation homeroom.
Yeah.
And that's where Astro technically comes from, is the tiny robots in the PlayStation homeroom. And I think even iToy might have had something with that too, back in the PS2 days.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the iToy.
Yeah.
Love the iToy.
Yeah, and that was like the first start of PlayStation homeroom, and then that came with the PS3 to show you, like, hey, we got social media things. You can talk to your friends.
Yeah.
But you can also play with these robots and the little camera with your iToy.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so Astro's been around for a while, but they haven't really established him, I guess. And Sackboy being this creative, like, people make the levels of Little Big Planet, like, the whole idea of Sackboy is that you can have many different Sackboys and customize them.
Right.
And
Super, yeah.
Yeah, and Astrobot's kind of taken that now, where, like, I mean, it's just, you watch that trailer and it's just all homages.
Mm-hmm.
It's
it was an excellent trailer.
It's a phenomenal showpiece.
I feel like I mean, I guess it was a good ending.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it was such a good two PlayStation that, like, your batteries are running low.
Batteries are low. It's gonna say that for like weeks to come. PlayStation State of Play. Now I could bring it up. Other than that, I mean, that was like the first big thing. I may as well just plug in the headphones so it's not blasting.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I was literally on my way here, and I was like, all right, what did I see on these things? Because we're going to talk about it. And my mind's just blank. I know as soon as they pop up, I'll be like, all right, this is that, that's this. It was very, I don't think I got super excited about anything from what I can remember.
No.
Nothing popped up that I was like, that I went crazy for. But there were a couple things that I was like, oh, I'd love to play that.
Right. Yeah, you're not the only one. I think everyone feels that way about this showcase.
Yeah. And, like, I'm going to probably get the next PlayStation.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
my
for
next
sure.
console. I'm going to probably leave just Xbox behind unless they make a big change or something.
Oh my god. We might have another thing coming, man. We got to watch that Xbox show too.
But
that Xbox show was crazy.
But still, yeah, I do gotta watch that one. I've seen so many. I know that I've missed a lot because the gaming news has been nothing but like new trailers in my feed and stuff. And I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, that's what this whole weekend's dedicated to. So we'll probably only talk about PlayStation. I didn't watch the Silent Hill thing. I kind of don't want to be spoiled on Silent Hill anymore.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of that, like, just because people are hating on it.
Right, like
so
they show a trailer of it in this.
Yeah.
And they were like, tune into the transmission. And it was like, well, okay, well, I'll do that separately. And then now it's been like a week or so. I guess 2 weeks now.
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah,
Those are a little stiff. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just this one, actually. This one's nice.
This might be the last time we're recording the podcast down here. I think I want to get everything set up upstairs where we can just record up there and everything's up there. And I'll have to like move around shit all the time.
Spare bedroom?
No.
Oh.
No, in my room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that'll be changing ideally within maybe next podcast, maybe the podcast after, but that's what I'm working towards upstairs, trying to feel things out. I think I want to buy a couple more shelves, but like, I don't know. There's that big bookcase right there. I might leave that down here and have Kyle do whatever he wants with it. I kind of have room in there. I don't know what he wants to do with the spare bedroom. I mentioned it. I was like, hey, if you let me just make that a workspace, I'll, like, pay more money, And he wasn't into it. Or he was kind of into it, but he said he wanted to make changes to the room. And then I was like, alright, man, well, that ain't gonna happen anytime soon. So, yeah. Yeah, I want to change of space and have my workspace in a place where I know it will always stay the same. I'm not
Right.
gonna come home and shit's moved and I don't have to move shit
Mm-hmm.
to get it back. I just want it. I want it where I want it, and I want
you
it to
just
be
want, like,
convenient.
a studio type
Yeah,
area.
yeah. I want to be convenient as well, because that's like half the battle. I won't. It's so hard to record daily videos because setting up is so much of the battle. Like
Mhm.
the mental. Oh, playing the record button once we start going. It's so easy, but like, it's the build up of like, all right, well,
Checking the lighting, adjusting the camera, making sure everything's in frame.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, even the build up to the podcast is already hard enough where, like, I know I gotta record at this time, and, like, me being super neurodivergent, and it's really hard to, like, commit to things is, like, it needs to be the most convenient thing for me to do anything,
Yeah.
because otherwise I'll try to find something else to do, or I just won't do anything. I'll just, like, kind of be like, hey, I don't want to do it because it's not immediate, and
Yeah.
I can't do it immediately, kind of thing.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, that's something I'm trying to work on. But having all of this, this being a work thing, it needs to be less work to do the work.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I need to get to the work first in
Right.
order there.
Yeah, you don't want to work to work. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and this is super enjoyable and stuff, and it's not just the recording, it's the Pokemon stuff is probably I love doing it, but it's the least enjoyable because it's just monotonous. You're just
Right.
cutting up pieces of cardboard and taping things up, or taking pictures of cards and then putting in a little description, and then
Right.
you
Yeah.
know.
Rinse and repeat.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, now I've had it streamlined where I think I've talked about it, where there's so many cards on my store now where, like, I can copy and paste descriptions, but I'll just take a new picture of whatever.
Right.
Or if I'm lucky enough where I have a bulk of one card, I could take a picture of one and then just kind of mass post the same
Oh, right.
the same thing. But yeah, I just want more convenience in my life, especially when, like, it's an hour drive home from work and
Yeah.
an hour drive to work and stuff, like, yeah, working nights as well now.
Right.
Like, you wouldn't know, but Patrick and I are recording. What time is it now? It's 7:45 in the morning. I got out of work 2 hours ago.
Yeah, and I woke up an hour ago.
Yeah.
No, I woke up at 6 because I had to leave at 6:30 to get here.
Yeah, and, like, lately I've been going out to bed at, like, 1 to 3 p.m. So I'm not getting up until,
this
like,
whole
7.
weekend I haven't went to bed before probably 1.
Yeah.
Just because I've been working during the day, and then I had a show like every night since Thursday.
Right, so you're on a night schedule, too.
And then
Why don't
yeah,
you-
I'm on a night schedule with a morning job.
Right.
So-
Well, at least, like, when you finish, when you finish out your day, like, you're going to be going to bed and stuff. But you start your day with comedy, and that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
You're going to a bar to start your day.
Right. Yeah, I do comedy and then my morning job. Yeah, I do have a good opportunity to nap and stuff. And I have my 3 days off definitely
Right.
give me time to catch up on things, but
Right. Yeah, that's one thing with this new job. I haven't gotten 2 days off in a row since I've started. And that was the one thing I asked for. I was like, I want my days off together.
right.
And they
yeah,
said they're
'cause
gonna-
if you don't, it's like you're really only getting a half day.
Right.
Yeah.
And for the Pokemon stuff and, like, getting videos, like, I would like to I mean, I love recording every day, but also to be able to like have the ability to stack videos is nice, or to be able to mass edit some shit would be nice.
Yeah,
And like,
that's true.
really, my days off are split between like I do Pokemon in the morning, or I record right away in the morning, and then I gotta go get food and stuff for whatever I'm eating, and then like, yeah, I mean, in the morning. In the morning is nighttime for me, which is so fucked up.
Yeah.
So.
Especially out here, because it's like really night.
Yeah.
There's not like 24-hour places or anything. You
Right.
can't even trick yourself.
So really, I don't record until like nighttime for me. But being in my room, hopefully that will change, where I can just kind of like shut myself away. I'll probably have to soundproof the hell out of that thing, because you can hear everything in the room.
Yeah, you can buy it in bulk.
Yeah, I'll probably do it with like blankets or something like that. That'll probably be the easiest, just so I don't have anything permanent. I don't want to like damage the walls and stuff like that.
Yeah, true.
That shit like rips off paint and stuff.
True.
The PlayStation thing.
Oh yeah, enough about our lives.
I can still talk about it.
No. Just a good segue, I think.
Well, we got to learn about these 4 characters and a little bit of their lives.
Oh,
with
right,
PlayStation's new.
This is just what? Oh yeah, that's right. I was watching this and I said, "Oh, I didn't know I wanted a new Overwatch game." Yeah,
Right.
That's what this is.
This is basically Overwatch. This is Concord.
It's Overwatch, but it's like they're trying to do a Guardians of the Galaxy thing,
Yeah.
or something.
But it doesn't look like they have some powers, but like
Yeah.
I would almost. It almost feels like not even I mean, they did say there's 16 heroes. Is
Right.
what they said.
Yeah.
But it feels more like it felt like Halo Deathmatch. Like that's what all these hero shooter things are.
I just wish it was this. I don't want it to be a game. Can you just give me a show that looks like this? This
Well-
looks cool to me. Like this alone. Forget the game part.
I'd be down with the game if it was not a 5v5 hero shooter. Like,
Yeah,
it would
that
be,
too. It's like, why we don't need that. We really don't need another PvP like team deathmatch.
This is one of the games that, if you remember, the showcase that we watched, was that February of this year? I have no clue, man. That was a while ago. No, that must have been last year. The last PlayStation showcase, the big one that they had, not a state of play, but the big one. They announced a bunch of live service games with their new initiative.
Yeah.
Concord was one of them.
Right.
Concord was the spaceship game with the jiggly cheeseburger on the table, and they didn't show anything else.
Right.
But it had like a 1970s aesthetic. All of that's gone.
Yeah.
But you're totally right. I mean, you're the one who plays these types of games, and you're not even into it, right?
I know. I'm not. I mean, it just looks so much of the same stuff already. You know? Like, it's like, oh, a robot character that's sarcastic and tries to feel emotions.
Right.
Oh, a guy who loves hot sauce and has the personality of that guy. You know, like,
Right.
it's just a bunch of the same, and
I do
also it's like they're trying to give you this story, this quick story, like in this trailer, and then you play the game and it's like you're just fighting each other. This story is almost irrelevant.
Right. So part of after they show this, they have a little like dev breakdown introducing like the idea, and then they show gameplay after. We can skip to the gameplay part of it. So because we keep saying hero shooter, but it's not on screen. But they said every week that there are going to be a new vignette around 2 minutes long explaining a story about these characters. I don't know.
So they're doing the Apex thing,
Right.
except more frequently.
Yeah.
Because Apex just explains their lore with every update.
Right, and
And
then Overwatch has, I mean, same thing with Destiny. Destiny and Overwatch have, like, comics and
Oh, yeah.
anime and books and, you know, like, a whole bunch of external shit.
Yeah, if you're really into it, you can pick that stuff up. The thing is, it's like, I just want my lore to be explained while I'm playing the game.
Right.
I just want to play a game where the lore is the world itself.
Right, right.
I don't, like, why do I need to, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, why is...
Like, it's basically a way for you to just keep playing the game.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, even if you hate the game, you're not going to learn more unless you play it 2 more weeks. You know, like, we're going to keep...
Right, and I don't know if the week to week thing will hold people. I mean, it would have to be a good game to hold people.
At least a really good story.
Right. I mean, we've seen a lot of shooters come out over the last couple of years that have died almost within the first month.
Oh yeah.
Foam Stars to fucking the finals just came out. The finals is pushing a new season. They really want you to play because shit's not looking too good.
And on top of all that, the next Call of Duty is going to be on Game Pass.
Call of Duty Black Ops 6 had a great showing.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that. I skipped it.
Everyone and their mom's going to play that game over any other Battle Royale game.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately, especially now that's on Game Pass. I was just talking about this last night because Kenya was like, oh yeah, it's on Game Pass, I can't wait to play that. And I'm like, that's great and all, but now literally everyone from 2 years old and up is going to be on it. Is it going to be good? I mean, it's going to be great, but it's going to be rough there at the beginning.
There are a couple caveats with that. They did, I believe it is confirmed that it is coming to PS4 and stuff. That might be wrong. It's a 386 gig game.
That is
before
nuts.
updates.
I will have to literally wipe my whole system.
Yeah,
I need to buy an external
dude.
thing just to play.
So
I mean, I wouldn't be able to play it on my Xbox at all.
Right. So I mean, we'll get to the Xbox thing probably next week.
I was just
gets
thinking
to.
back to comparing it to this, but yeah.
Yeah, you're totally right.
But yeah, so even watching this gameplay, this just looks like Overwatch to me.
Right.
It doesn't even look really that different. And I don't play enough of it to like, you know, people who play a lot of it's like, no, there's totally so many differences. And I'm sure there are, but at the same time, it's like, this is literally what that is. It's just 2 teams throwing a bunch of sparkly shit at each other.
But then we get this later.
Oh, this
in the
Marvel
show.
thing? Honestly,
which is
this should have happened sooner.
the same game, but with Marvel.
This should have happened way sooner, to be honest.
For sure.
I'm like, you're right. No, it is the same exact thing, but with Marvel. I wish it was.
This might be like more Smite-esque. I think they talk about lanes and
Yeah,
stuff
I was about to say
in
this. I think this is more like League of Legends or Smite. Yeah, Smite's like League of Legends, but first person, right? Yeah.
Third person.
Third person, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the destruction thing is kind of cool.
But that just means it's more like Valorant. versus,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
versus
yeah, you're right. They're trying to like
Overwatch.
team up. The team up action thing is neat.
Yeah.
I feel like that's definitely a thing that they've done in older games, but it's still like a cool strategy thing.
Right.
I like this one more than the other one only because they're just taking characters we already know and letting us play as them.
Yeah, right.
You know, which is cool. I think this should have happened like, you know, maybe 5 years ago. But and the name is dumb. I don't know what Marvel naming their games are the worst.
Rivals. I mean,
some of the worst names.
I
guess it's all right. It makes sense, but they always try to go for they're like a witty one name titles with their games. Like, oh, Rivals.
Right.
I don't know. It's a weird complaint, but yeah, no, I still like that one more than this one.
This
but
one. Yeah, there's also a key difference here between the two.
this looks better.
Yes. For a good reason. Concord is going to be a $40 title.
Okay.
Marvel Rivals is a free-to-play game.
Right. Okay.
Concord will have free updates. Updates will be free. I'm sure they will have a paid battle pass, been a free battle pass, but like
Right.
expansions, heroes, all that stuff are free.
Okay.
Marvel Rivals will not. You're paying $20 for that fucking Punisher skin, you know? Like
It's basically like their card game,
right, for sure.
but you're actually playing the characters.
For sure. So Concord's gonna be more of like Helldivers in the way that they're approaching this. And people are kind of half and half on that as well.
Right.
Of like,
Yeah, because even Overwatch is free to play.
but it wasn't for a very
wasn't it?
long time.
Oh, that's right. I guess that's true. So far long ago.
Yeah, Overwatch was, I believe, 60 at launch. That might be wrong, but I believe it was full price at launch, and then later became 20 is what it eventually dropped down to.
Like
And then the $60 version was like came with a battle pass or something.
the people that are explaining this game, when you're listening to it, they don't even sound genuinely excited.
Right.
Like even when they're explaining it, they're like, "We understand that this is a similar game."
Right.
You can hear it in their voice almost, because they're trying to sell it to you. Like, we got original movement or some, they said some weird things, and I'm like, no. This is literally. We all know this is just these games.
And I heard somebody else say this too, but they were like, it's almost like they got these people out here to be like, please don't hate the game. There's people that work on this.
No, really, when I was listening
This
to them
guy
try to,
did the lead development on the level you're looking at.
yeah, they're trying to sell it to you like someone has like a gun off camera.
Yeah,
Like,
she's lead character designer, and then they're going to show you all the characters. Like, please don't hate the characters. She made them all.
the characters are cool. Some of the character designs are neat, but then
Yeah.
some of them are just like,
I
they
do
remind you too much of someone else already.
Right.
And it's like,
I do like the robot, but he's Baymax. I do
right.
like...
I like the robot, but we have so many robots that are sarcastic.
Right. Big beefy dude is Drax from Guardians. Like,
Right.
The fucking chick is kind of like Gamora, you know? Like, or she could also be
And
Star-Lord.
then the leader is also just that, witty, sarcastic guy
Right.
that, like, is overconfident because
The robot's not here.
he's not in that. He's always too big.
That is weird.
He's too big to fit in the...
He's not.
They have two big characters. You can't fit him both.
He doesn't have a conscience. He doesn't care if he's in the photo.
Yeah, he's not.
I forgot what was
just
next.
happy to be
Is
here.
this a PC reveal? I think this. Yeah, it's the
Oh,
PC
right.
reveal for God of War.
Yeah, I was like, oh, great.
Um,
You just had to squeeze this in. I thought it was a new God of War or something for like a second.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, no, it's just that game already.
This was rumored, so it was kind of expected that this would be here. Because it wasn't confirmed yet.
Yeah.
The surprising thing with it, it's still pretty far away. I think they said September.
Yeah, I think it was like a whole nother year or something.
Yeah, which, like, that's kind of, like, PlayStation's thing. They're kind of getting further away what they initially said, but they said a year time frame would be kind of, like, the idea of, like, if they're going to put out an exclusive on PC, it's
Right.
going to be a year later.
But
The ultra-wide is insane.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that is neat.
It's also, this game is going to look it's insane. This is going to look insane on PC at 4K 120. Like, it'll look good. But it is just this game, and you're right.
I don't think we needed a whole trailer to
Right.
like remind us what the whole game looked like. We
Right.
know it's great.
And they do
It
this.
won things.
They
We
do
know.
that twice
Yeah.
during this. They also do it for Until Dawn.
Yep. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I got tricked by that one too. I was like, is this going to be a new?
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, it's just the PC port of that.
Mm-hmm.
The PC port is also a full price game.
Right. I mean, it looks
Um,
way better. That at least that one they really did make some changes as far as looks.
Yeah.
But
It's
still Until Dawn.
it's also not the same developers. This is
Okay.
kind of PlayStation bought a new studio pretty recently, I want to say. That's supposed to do like PC ports and stuff like that. I think Nixus is the name of it, but they are responsible for pretty much all of the PC ports. Um, they're doing the Until Dawn one as well. Versus who's the developer of the original? Is it Supermassive? Supermassive is still doing their Dark Picture stuff, which I don't know how many they have left of that series. And I think they have another game in the works with the Dead by Daylight people.
Oh wow.
They announced that one that was like the casting of Frank Stone or whatever.
Oh
Yeah. It's like something weird like that.
Yeah.
Which so I in the news in the midst before all of this happened, but a bunch of course layoffs happened. The Dead by Daylight team, Behavior Interactive, laid off a bunch of people over the last couple of weeks, and they canceled I think they said 3 projects. I don't know if that's one of them.
Right.
So
You just gotta figure it out.
Right.
The ones don't pop up soon.
right, but I guess Dead by Daylight ain't making as much money as it used to. There's And like when they've published some games and they've been very weird choices.
Yeah.
Like they made a dating sim game which was cute. I think Hooked on You is what that was called. They published Meet Your Maker, which was really cool, but that game is very, very hardcore weird.
Yeah. It's like a niche game.
Yeah, super niche. You gotta like roguelikes and dungeon builders
Right.
to get into that game. It's a very niche one.
Yeah, they were just hoping that like they'd have enough committed fan base or something. That would be
Right.
like, oh yeah, we'd love to.
Right. They did a bunch of licensing deals too, and I don't know who paid who, but like I don't think they made a lot of money from that. It seems like
Yeah. Well, I mean, eventually, no matter how many characters you introduce or whatever to the game, it's it's a lot of the same stuff.
right. What was the last big license they had was Nicolas Cage.
Well, they had
They had
that's probably
Chucky.
the biggest one.
Chucky
They
was
had
recent too.
Aliens. Sigourney Weaver.
Was that recent?
It's within the last year.
Oh.
The last year is probably some of the biggest
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah,
Aliens, Chucky,
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage just by himself.
Was
Nicolas Cage.
Ash another one from this year?
Ash,
too?
yeah.
Yeah.
Stranger Things, they finally
Oh yeah, right.
did a whole Stranger
The Demigorgon or
Things.
whatever.
Demigorgon.
That's what that's called.
The Chucky one was huge, though.
Yeah,
that was probably
that
the
was
biggest
cool.
ones.
That was also announced at an Xbox thing.
Yeah. Oh,
that
yeah.
Was right.
so
That was
weird.
with the
That's right.
Roblox.
I remember
Chucky
because we were
thing.
like, how does that even work? And then I
Yeah.
played it, yeah.
They put Roblox and Chucky, or Chucky and Roblox.
Right, yeah. But yeah, at the end of the day, even with all these new creatures, you play them a couple times, it's still the same gameplay. Like, you got to change a lot to really. I mean, everyone's kind of getting bored of it. Those who have gotten really good at it are just good at it, and everyone else is kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
It's not. At least for me, I can't. It's not super replayable. I can play it once in a while. I can play it, a little while every once in a while, but I can't.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Well,
This game I was actually this game I was excited for. I really liked playing this back in the day.
Yeah. So it's been a long, long time since we've had a Dynasty Warriors proper.
Yeah.
I think they said 8 years since the last one. 2018. That sounds right to me, right? That's the math. 6 years.
At least, yeah.
It's been a long time. They've done other Warriors games, but it's been a while since the Dynasty Warriors, and this looks good. This is supposed to be, like it said, Origins. It's supposed to be the start of the Yellow Turban Rebellion against, like the Chinese government and or the Three Kingdoms and whatever. Like, it's supposed to be the start of all of that, which is gonna be cool.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
But yeah, that's 2025. They didn't show any gameplay with that. That was all like cinematic. So it was like, we'll just see more when we see more.
Right.
This is Infinite Nikki or Infinity Nikki, based off the Nikki franchise. The Nikki franchise is Project Nikki, I think it might be called. They're like fashion games on mobile, I guess, or something like that.
Oh, okay.
That's what this is a fashion game, but each
Clearly.
one of the dresses give you powers.
Oh, right, like Princess Peach.
Right.
Wow, this is what Princess Peach should have been.
Well, I mean, yeah, people like that Peach game.
Not well enough, alright?
No.
Not good enough. My score was not high.
Oh, dude, I haven't checked in forever. I don't think I've checked once since we started.
We only have a couple games in there.
Oh,
I'm not doing very well.
Yeah.
But even though both my games did, I don't know. Anyways, not the point.
No,
this
we gotta add games after
should have
this
been
next podcast.
Princess Peach, though.
Right.
But it looks fun if you're into that sort of thing. I don't think this ending kind of threw me off, though. Oh, there's a
Right.
dark side.
There's a dark side.
There's
to
a
it.
dark outfit.
There's a dark princess.
Watch
but
out.
it's a free to play gacha game.
Yeah.
Infold is a Chinese developer.
This game
That
looks
seems to
wicked.
be like everything that we get out of China these days are just gacha games. This is also by Infold. You cannot pay me enough to remember the name of this game.
It looks pretty intense, though.
I want to say it's like Battle of Antara or something like that. Yeah, this is another Souls-like. Just like that Where Winds Meet game. This is another one of those. This is a Gacha Souls. Which I don't know what that means. What do you have to pay for your Souls bosses?
Yeah, what is that? What is a gacha?
Yeah. I've never played Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
Or any of those games. The whole Hoyoverse vibe just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
This might get me into a style of game like that, but I don't know what that means. But I would be fine
Everyone's
just
hot.
paying right.
I think that's what it means.
Yeah,
Everyone's hot.
You got to pay for the waifus. I
Right.
assume, but like in a
Like,
soul
look at that.
in a soul setting, like I don't care. I run around naked most of the time without like no outfits or anything.
Oh, this is a Ballad of Antara. You were
Ballad
so
of
close.
Antara, not battle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like a Souls-like, but everyone's also pretty good looking.
I don't know if it was confirmed to be if that one was confirmed to be a gacha game. I know Infinity Nikki is supposed to be one of those because all of the other ones are like that.
Yeah.
But all of the other ones they're not 3D platformers from
That's
what
true.
I know. This is Behemoth from Skydance.
We've seen this one before.
Yeah, Behemoth was shown off, I believe, at that last PlayStation event as well. Yeah, this is from people really like that Walking Dead game. I assume that people are really gonna like this as well. The gore in this game is pretty fucking brutal.
Yeah.
He chops a dude's face in half.
Yeah, for a VR game, it's pretty intense.
I was
liked it.
hyped.
There's some pretty cool moves. That's
Yeah.
cool.
What?
They're taking like a lot of pre-existing things, like the Spider-Man stuff, and they
Yeah.
like put it in here. This big weird like Elephant Man monster is pretty weird.
If I can only imagine what that feels like. Like a dragon in Skyrim VR is super intimidating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't imagine like something that huge.
Yeah. I get like agita from like high up bridges. shit like that.
And there's so many different times where that's a thing. Yeah,
Right.
like-
And we see this same behemoth a lot. So I wonder. I would think that there's gonna be a lot more than just the one, but it seems like
they show. I think they show a different one at the very end.
Oh yeah, right, with the horns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe there's like
Shadow of the Colossus.
an eventual. Yeah, because that thing's
Yeah.
huge. Yeah. No, that's not gonna do anything.
Right. What was next? This is. Fuck. What is this? Oh, this is the Alien game. They also announced Alien Insurrection or Incursion, a VR Alien game. It makes
Oh,
sense.
right.
And, I mean,
They did. Yeah, they were like, this was the VR portion.
right. They might as this should have happened a long time ago. I believe Alien Isolation has a VR mod that people have made since then. After that was the Marvel Rivals, and then after Marvel Rivals was. What was this one? Is this where Winds meet? I don't remember, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. You get to fight this giant goldfish.
Yeah.
This is cool. I like this one. Looks like every boss has their own like. Not like Pokemon, but they have like a backup of some sort.
Right.
So like you're always gonna be fighting. Not unfair battles. Well, maybe I guess like 2v1 type situations.
Yeah. Is this the one with the outfits as well? Or you
This
like
umbrella guy's pretty cool.
I've seen a lot of Souls likes this week, and there was one where he like, yeah, where it wins me. There's one of them where they change outfits like Kingdom Hearts. Like, you know, in Kingdom Hearts where you have like the ultimate form and stuff like that. Like they have that in the Souls like. And I was like, that's sick. Kind of like how Bloodborne. It was like trick outfits. How Bloodborne has the trick weapons.
Oh. I don't know if I've seen that one.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was called. I wish I could remember. There's so many of them. And then we get the Until Dawn trailer after that. And then... What is this?
Oh, it's Diablo 2.
Oh, no, this is Path of Exile. We got
Path of Exile 2. That's what I meant.
Huge trailer for Path of Exile 2.
Yeah, this one looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's really nice to see this game. This is a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
The first one is 2.
Yeah, I might try to convince Kenny to play this.
Yeah.
Because it's couch co-op.
Yeah, couch co-ops, and online, of course. But it's just super easy to like grind a few levels and go take down a boss or whatever.
Well, it's cool because it's couch co-op and it's not crossplay. It's cross progression.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like we can play it, and we'll be progressing together, and it's not split screen because we're sharing a screen. So it's one of those like. This is it's a fun one, I think.
Right, but it's also crossplay, so you can play on Xbox and she can play on PlayStation.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I don't have to.
You don't even have
I don't
to
even
share
have
the
to sit in
screen.
the same room with her.
Right.
Ugh. Thank goodness.
Path of Exile 2.
Late 2024. So what is that?
We're probably looking at October.
October.
That's a good October, like
Yeah.
October 9th or something like that.
Be a good scary game.
Yeah. Next game is going to be an October game for sure. They said October 16th, I believe.
Oh right.
It's Silent Hill 2 remake from Bloober Team. I've been very down on this for a very long time. I hold the original in high regards, which is kind of why I don't want to spoil myself on the transmission now. Because from what I understand, they don't show anything else besides Silent Hill 2. And, like, I think they show, like, some toys. Which we saw the toys before. And those toys are, like, of the endings of the game.
Right.
So, it's like, well, shit. You know, like, it is what it is, but, like, still, dude, you know? Like, do I want to see those endings in this game? They don't. So, like, I don't know. I don't know what does the alien ending look like? What does the dog ending look like? What does all of that, you know, the death ending, was the one where it's like a storybook or whatever. There's so many weird Silent Hill endings. Not just from 2, but from all of them.
Yeah.
October 8th. So this is October 8th. Path of Exile, I believe, would be the week after. If that's how it would be. Not saying maybe Path of Exile 2 could totally come out the 8th, but that wouldn't make sense to me. After that, we get a trailer, another trailer. But this is the first big, I think, reveal. Like, we got a little bit of a tease for Monster Hunter Wilds. But this is like the first bigger reveal of the game, I think. Right? I don't remember how big that last trailer was, but it looks like Monster Hunter, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. We get this new monster. We get a couple of new classes. You can hold a gun now, which is pretty sick. It's like this weird flintlock rifle thing where you have to like load it with bullets and then shoot it. And yeah, I don't know. I assume we're going to see this more eventually, but I don't want to see too much of it.
Yeah, I never played it, so I don't really have any ties to it. I mean, it looks neat.
Yeah. I wonder if World's on Game Pass. I know it was at one point, but I don't know if it is anymore.
Got this weird Pokemon.
Yeah, that's another new monster as well. They're great games. All of them are great games. Monster Hunter World is very different than the others, and this is going to be following suit of that style. And then the last one that came out was Monster Hunter Rise, which Rise is following more of the stories approach, where it's like a lot more story heavy and character based. The original Monster Hunters are a lot more. I mean, they were portable games, so they were a lot more like, you know, a lot less of the RPG bullshit, a lot less of the story bullshit. Like, it's just very much, oh, you're a monster hunter, you're going in, getting your monster, going out, making new loot, making swords and stuff like that, going back out, getting monsters. Okay. And then now they've Monster Hunter World, there's like a whole town, there's RPGs, there's story and stuff. Rise, you get into like a lot more of the anime kind of like stuff.
Entering like a Final Fantasy era.
Yeah, I think Rise also has like a tower defense kind of sides thing as well.
Oh, cool.
And then there's the stories thing, which is straight up like old school Final Fantasy, but with Monster Hunter stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks nice, but we also see it again in a couple of other shows. I think Summer Games Fest has it. I assume Capcom's going to show it again. Mm-hmm. This is Astrobot. We've talked a lot about Astrobot in the beginning, but let's just reiterate. It is gorgeous looking.
It looks really nice, yeah.
It is. I doubt that this will be 100% full price. I think this is going to be like a $50 game, a $60 game. I would not mind paying full price for this.
Yeah.
I'd totally pay $70 for this. Wow. And I want to support PlayStation and them making other games besides The Last of Us and Call.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Absolutely, just something, especially like an original like IP or whatever.
Right, and whatever shows them support in the way of not the live service, because the live service is also not Last of Us or the God of War. Mm-hmm. But I don't want that at all.
Right.
I mean, I know some people do, and I think there is room for all of it, but PlayStation does not, or none of these studios seem to think that there is room for all games. It's all live service or nothing. Single-player games or nothing. Multiplayer games or nothing. Like, It's very concerning that we keep whiplashing back and forth. But I want to support stuff like this.
Yeah.
Like, also, it's something that's not Marvel. Like, uh, we know because of the Insomniac leak. Like, we know that we're not getting a Ratchet and Clank game for a very long time. Um, it's like the next 6 games that Insomniac's planning on working on are all Marvel games.
Right.
So I don't.
This is cool too because there's a lot of like
There's so much variety.
Easter eggs for a lot of other games.
Right, and like I never played Rescue Mission. Like, I played some of a demo, and like, but like what people have said is some of the bosses are from the previous game, which I expect. You know, like nobody played that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think 2 million headsets sold total of the PlayStation VR 1
Yeah.
out of 130 million PlayStations.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah.
And you can't play the original Astrobot without a headset.
Right.
Um,
So of course they're trying to reintroduce the things that most people didn't even get to see.
right.
Yeah.
And they said it's something around like close to 90 different levels and stuff like that.
Yeah. So who cares if a
it's
few of them are repeat?
giant game. Yeah, if I'm paying $70, dude, it's less than $1 per level
Mm-hmm.
at that point. Like,
Yeah.
totally, 100%. You see the money on the screen, like.
Yeah,
how
all of
much-
that was so clean and like smooth.
Right. The music is
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Mhm.
Like, I love Astrobot's so cool.
There's a
man.
lot of personality into it too. It's not just like
Right. And it's not just Astrobot's it's like it's showing PlayStation
right.
has
Yeah,
a
it's like a
personality.
game where like it's like
It,
they're not just making it to make another game.
right. It makes me miss old PlayStation, which like
Mm.
it's such a weird thing to say because like PlayStations have like this weird bell curve of like going in and out of like arrogance and like stuff like that, getting too big for their britches kind of thing, and then like, but like PlayStation used to be weird.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
used to do weird
It
shit.
used to be really weird, yeah.
Right, like Katamari behind me, Tokyo Jungle, dude. Like, what a weird fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
To fucking Vib Ribbon or like Fantavision or what's another weird one? Journey,
Mm-hmm.
Flower,
Yeah.
Knack, Grow Home, fucking
Maybe this is a good like direction. They're like leaning back into that.
yeah. I hope so. Like, PlayStation killing Japan studios is like the worst thing they've done in
Yeah.
a very long time because they got rid of what made PlayStation.
Yeah,
that's
where a lot of the weird comes from.
Right, and just because it wasn't making millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, I mean, like, those games sold well, but of course it's not well enough when you're, I mean, like, shit, dude, I don't think anything's selling well enough at that point. Like, we've seen margin numbers and stuff like that where they're, like, making 6% on fucking Spider-Man and stuff like that, where it's
Mhm.
like the budget's $300 million and they gotta sell like fucking, I don't know, what's the math on that, 70 times whatever
Right.
to get to 300 million to break even with the budget, and that's not even including a marketing budget
Yeah.
or anything like that. Like, it's, I don't know, man, it's just fucked up. But Astrobot's like a cool glimmer of hope in that. They also didn't kill Media Molecule. So we know Media Molecule is working on a new IP, and it's not going to be, I mean, it could be very well be another community builder focused thing, but it's not going to be tied to Dreams or Little Big Planet, or Tearaway. They also did Tearaway back in the day, which they should bring back Tearaway. Tearaway was cool. So after that, we can go into Summer Games Fest. We got through that at a pretty decent pace.
Get epic deals on everything you
Like
need.
I said, I
summer
don't watch
with
the
Summer
PlayStation
Pass.
thing,
From
but
restaurants to retail.
Summer Games Fest did happen. It was the best show, but I don't think Jeff Keighley has put on, in my opinion, I don't know if Jeff Keighley's ever put on a great show. Like, it seems like every single show that I've seen of his is like,
Please welcome to the
this
stage,
is below expectations. This was a bummer. This is under par. Oh, he revealed half the lineup before the show, and, like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
This year is a year where I feel like this is the most happy I walked away from one of these, though.
Okay.
So that's a good thing. Like, we still had cool stuff here, which is better than what I could say for most of the other years.
Crazy that people like go see this live.
Those are all. That's all press.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know everyone around the world is joining us for this.
Yeah, that's all
I don't know if I'd go see this live.
I don't think you can buy tickets to Summer Games Fest. That wouldn't make sense. Summer Games Fest is pretty much old E3. Old E3 was still like
But let's also face it,
20,000 people before it opened to the
year.
public.
Company layoffs and student
Gamescom
closures,
is still a
which
lot
have
bigger than
disappointed
both
all
of them
us.
combined.
Yeah.
Gamescom
There's
is
also
like,
something else happening.
it's
Our
not
industry
open to the
is
press, or
evolving
it's
and
only open to the
changing.
press for the
Thanks to
first 3
digital
days, and there's still like
distribution,
100,000
smaller
people
teams
there.
and new creators
press.
are
Yeah,
finding
dude.
incredible
Because
success.
when you have an event like this, though, it's not just the U.S. Like, everybody.
Oh yeah, all the countries.
everybody's
all the,
flying in. Like, the people that are at that showcase aren't just like press, it's dev teams and stuff showing they're here to show their games. And stuff like that. Like, then you have people that are like, oh, I'm sure there's like some college thing that he has for like for video game developers. I think it's something like that, where like they come fly kids out that are in college to be like, here's how to demo a game, and learn a little bit more about development and stuff.
And you'll see that reflected in
So
the
there's
show
all
today,
that.
because over the next 2 hours, we'll have
Basically,
big
this whole
franchises on
opening
stage
speech,
like Star Wars,
we could be
Batman,
listening to it,
Harry
but it's fine
Potter,
because we're
but also
talking.
smaller titles,
He's
including
basically
a few
saying
games
like,
made
hey,
by
it
single
sucks, the elephant in the room,
and
people are
first-time
getting laid
creators
off.
we invited to be part of the show because
That
we
shit
think
needs to
this
change,
platform is
but look
important as a way
behind
to
me,
show
these are
you
the
new
top
things
10
that you might not
best-selling
even
games
know
of the
about.
year,
So when you see a game
and
that piques your
8 of the
interest,
10 of them
please
are indie.
wish-list it, or even better,
And
send it to a
that's
friend
kind of
and get
insane.
them excited.
We
That's
don't
how
need
together
we don't
can grow the
need
gaming
big
community.
money, big
We are going to
corporations
do that
to
today
make an
over
impact.
the next 2 hours.
Right.
We have a lot of games
And
to
this
show
is
you.
kind of
Plus,
showing
Day of the
that.
Devs directly after
And I
even
think
more
that's a
titles.
lot of the theme of this
Should we get
show.
to the games?
The flip side
Alright,
is that right
begins
after,
right now. Here's
maybe it was
our
even before
first
the showcase happened. Yeah, it was definitely before. It had semi-leaked. I don't know if it's all been confirmed yet, but basically some stats for how much it costs to buy time on one of these shows. It's very expensive. Not every game pays. In fact, Jeff has made that very clear of like, there are games specifically where I don't ask for any money. I want to put on a platform. That's what this is about. And I mean, Jeff is a good dude. Like, I'm sure he's like has like his devils in the closet or whatever, but like Jeff's before all of this was video games press.
Yeah.
He's been around since like he was 15 years old doing this. Like he was part of GameSpot for a very long time, and then joined Game Trailers, which is kind of like Kyle Bossman works for him during these weeks because Game Trailers and Easy A were all. Easy A was Game Trailers at one point, so Jeff Keighley all worked with them. So Kyle still works with Jeff through all these shows. So actually, if you be the opening of all these shows, and it's such a little dumb thing, but for only us because we watch. I mean, I'd imagine some people who listen to us maybe have heard him, but at the beginning you can hear Kyle speak.
Please welcome to the stage the creator of the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's all you get from him. That's
Alright, you get to bring me up.
But like Gamescom, he does the pre-show.
Hello, everybody.
Or
Welcome to Summer
he
Games.
did. I don't know if he did it last year, but he would film the pre-show from his apartment bedroom, and
that's
then
cool.
reveal all the trailers and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a little cute thing of like, hey, this is it comes full circle. Like, this has all been a part of this the whole time, kind of thing.
Yeah. One day he'll be out there, maybe.
Oh yeah, I mean, what Kyle when he talks about this, he says he's like right there. to
Right.
the left
Oh
of
yeah.
him.
Literally, I'm sure he was just holding another microphone. Just
Yeah.
like, come on.
he says he makes sure people can get to the stage and get there in time. Let's get to the first big reveal.
Yeah, I didn't watch this one, so I know that I didn't realize it was 4 hours long. Jeez.
No, it's not. We're gonna skip Day of the Devs and the Devolver stuff because I haven't seen that yet. So we might react to that together next week.
Okay, cool.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of little conferences that I haven't seen yet, like Wholesome. I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
And then there was like Black Voices in Gaming and Women's Voices in Gaming both had a showcase that were pretty small. Wholesome is usually like short, but like they just throw a lot of shit at you at once.
Yeah.
Like I think the last one was like 20 minutes, but they showed like 50 games.
It's just like 20-second trailers.
Yeah.
Or clips, not even trailers, just like.
Yeah, and it was really hard to
shots.
digest that.
Yeah.
But versus this Devolver, which was like 4 trailers over 30 minutes, and 25 minutes of it's a bit.
Right.
Yeah, that's the duality of these things.
The lead and unannounced action game.
For the first big reveal, honestly, probably should have been at that last show we just saw. But this has been rumored for a while, and we had talked about it. And it's kind of insane that it exists. And put the headphones back on. This one. This one, yes. I still need to get new headsets and stuff, so ideally when I get everything set up. Oh, is it all twisted now? Ideally when I get everything set up, I'll have like new.
Next.
Hey, look, this is a hot dog
Just buy a
pie
new one of
auditioning
these
for
and
the,
stuff. I need to get a new
the lead and
big
unannounced
wire.
action game.
We see you as more of a sight.
Oh, sure, I get that a lot, but check out my range. Okay. Rage. Empathy. Oh, hilarity. This guy. Strength. And what game is this anyway?
Hey, neat costume. I gotta get me one of those. Ooh, sandwich. Sorry, gotta go.
Who is that?
That hot dog guy is Aloy, an amazing video game lead.
Thunderjaw went mad and is tearing through the valley.
Don't worry, I'll bring it down. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, right in the eye. And cut fire attack.
A lonely hero, hunting machines all by herself.
Hello? I have friends
Still
here.
has stuff in it.
Right, a friendly hero, hunting with her pals.
I think this looks great.
Hey!
Honestly, I am pleasantly surprised
Collecting all the
on how good this looks.
This looks dope. Yeah.
and
I
It
think
looks like
it
somehow they took the old, like Lego look from
Yeah.
the older games, but it's like updated at the same time,
right.
and it still has that like, but it has that like, what was it, Diablo?
Yeah.
Look
yeah,
to
like
it, too.
The ARPG look to it. Yeah.
But somehow also kind of claymation, like with the,
Yeah,
like
like
the
the
Lego
movie.
movies and
Yeah.
stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, the art style's insane, and it's all voice animated.
Yeah.
Not animated.
Right.
Acted.
It is Ashley Birch who does the voice of Aloy in the original games.
Yeah.
I think it might be the majority of the original voice cast.
Yeah, that's so cool that it's like the Lego movie, but a game.
But a
Yeah.
game. I think it looks better than any other Horizon game, period. was my take.
It reminds me of the. Have you seen the meme lately where it's not even a meme, but it's like they're comparing the eyeballs of all the different games.
Oh yeah.
And they need to put this one on there. Like
Yeah.
her eyeball next to the Horizon, like the actual Horizon. Eyeball.
Yeah.
It's funny. But no, that looks so good.
It looks great. I was pleasantly surprised. After that, get another game. This is a zombie game.
It's a complete 180 on the
Yeah.
themes. Jeez.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of back and forth like that. He keeps it balanced. I forgot what this team did. This is a 8-player permadeath zombie survival horror game. Fuck, what is the team? Shit, dude. I couldn't even tell you the
it
name
like
of this game.
Like a Tarkov type thing, or
Kind of. It is extraction-y.
yeah.
It's called No More Room in Hell 2. Is the name of the game. And this team. Oh, they just made the first one and this one.
Halloween looks really
Apparently,
intense.
No
All right,
More Room
to
in
introduce our
Hell
next game, please
came
join me
out
in
in
welcoming someone
2011.
who I've known for over decades.
So
She's
it's
been a
been
huge fan of some of our
13
reveals like
years
Street
since
Fighter
the
6
original.
a few years ago, and of course Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
When it
last
says
year.
permadeath,
She was sitting in the audience. Well, this year she's joining us
what does
on
that mean?
stage.
Permadeath means that
Like you just can't respawn.
right, your
Okay.
character's dead for good.
All right, you just have to start the game.
Right. It's like Diablo Hardcore has is permadeath.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah,
Hi,
a lot
everyone. I'm so
a lot
excited to
of
be
the
here at
more
Summer Game Fest.
hardcore
I'm here
games.
with
So
you
there's
today
like
to
some
share
sort of
some
progression that
even
you'd
more
want to
super
keep.
fun trailers. So
Right.
let's
That
get
makes that
straight
relevant,
to
okay.
another world.
Right, and then
Oopsie.
assumingly, like, if you're with
This is a
8
highly
players,
anticipated
like, your
game of the
character
love
might die, but, like, you start a new character and maybe, like, your
As young witches and
companions
wizards,
have, like,
we all
Oh,
dream
yeah.
of
done
soaring
some of
through
your
the sky
shit
like our
and
favorite
stuff like
heroes.
that.
When it comes
I
to
don't know.
Quidditch,
Like,
I never played the first one.
do I have what it takes to be the next Quidditch
But
star?
the first one's a Half-Life mod. This was forever ago we talked about this game, remember? We talked about this forever ago.
To keep your composure in the face of adversity.
This was leaked when Hogwarts
To
Legacy
chase your
leaked.
dreams at any price.
That they were making a new Quidditch game.
To seek
as
Oh,
well.
right. Yeah, I want my old Quidditch game back.
Right.
I just want to remake of that game because honestly, the original Quidditch game was so good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, this doesn't look as good as the GameCube one. But also, Quidditch isn't a good sport.
I mean, no sports are good sports.
Right, but isn't the whole point of Quidditch that if you get the magic ball, you win the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. rather than like you get your 1 point or whatever, and then you get the golden snitch, and you get like, is it?
That's Harry
It's 150
Potter,
points.
Quidditch
Something like
champions
that.
launch
Yeah, but that's like a whole
worldwide on
different. Like you
September
can.
3rd
Is
for
it golden
consoles
snitches?
and PC. Now we move from the
Yeah, that's part of
Potterverse to
it.
a
The golden
brand new
snitch part.
world. It hails from a single
But, like,
developer,
I don't know what that
Gavin
game is.
Ice
Is
up in
that-
Seattle, who's been
I would-
making games all by himself
That's still
for a
Quidditch.
decade. His last
Right.
title, Choo Choo Charles,
I mean,
was
like,
fan
is that a
favorite, and he
free-to-play
showed me
game?
this next game a
Oh, the
few
original
months ago,
Quidditch game?
and I
No,
really
that
Oh,
one.
that. Oh, yeah. I have no
You ever
idea.
make
That
a
seems like
backstab race or
there was like a
cooperate with up to
story
20
involved or
of
something.
your
Like we don't
friends
need another.
in Cuff Bus.
You don't need another game with Harry Potter characters in it. First
Right.
of all, if you're gonna make a Quidditch game, at least the new Hogwarts game is like everyone's original. There's no
Yeah.
blah blah blah. But like, why are you trying to make another story of? Like we know the story of Harry Potter. We
Right.
don't have to just make a Quidditch game
Yeah.
and make it better than the last one if you're gonna make one.
Right.
Because if it's not, it's gonna be. Is this a Sour Patch Kid game? What is this?
This is called Cuff Bus. This is made
Just a bunch
by
of gummy bears
Yeah.
breaking out of jail.
Yeah. That's all. It's a team-based kind of escape room thing, trying to break out of prison.
Oh, okay.
It's made by a single dev. The single dev is also the single dev behind Choo Choo Charles.
Oh, nice.
This is people said this is really fun.
It looks chaotic. It looks
Yeah.
like one of those games where there's like a billion things to do, and you gotta like pick the right path with the right people or whatever.
100%, or just like RNG kind of stuff
Mhm.
of like things randomly spawning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because like I doubt you're gonna get a spoon every time,
Yeah, no, for sure.
but yeah, you see like 10 different ways to get out of the building. Like you got your helicopter, the bus.
Mhm.
I think there's a boat
The
as well.
sewers.
Yeah, the sewers.
And maybe even like maybe there's like a PvP aspect where like
Yeah.
everyone's trying to escape but not necessarily together.
Or yeah, some kind of asymmetrical thing. Where,
Yeah.
like maybe it's just like the warding or something
Just
like that.
it's kind of like everyone for themselves. Because I mean that's technically
That's
how
a
getting out of
forward
jail
right, and
is.
remember,
Yeah.
That's all made by
You're lucky
one
if you actually
person.
have.
Congratulations, Gavin. So glad to
Cuff
have
Bus
that
is a
on
cool
stage.
name for
All
that.
right,
thing.
Right.
next one of
That
this
looks
year's
neat.
most
Yeah, it was cute.
Gavin.
One of this year's most anticipated games, Star Wars Outlaws. They show a story trailer and then they're like, hey, Ubisoft is having an event on Tuesday.
So watch it there. Also, it's just more Star Wars, so
Right.
you'll know when you know.
Right. The next game is a game called Neva, or Neva.
Oh, yeah.
We saw this, I believe, at the last Summer Games Fest. This is the one where the wolf gets big, and then the wolf dies at the end of the trailer, and we're like, why the fuck did you do that to us?
Spoilers, right?
But I think this is, we didn't see gameplay at that one. This one, we're actually seeing the gameplay of it.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like what I expected from these
Just a
developers.
walking simulator. Creature.
There is combat, which is new for this development studio. Did you play Grease?
No.
No? Or Gree? I think it's Gris.
Oh shit.
That might be on
That's pretty
Game-
cool.
Yeah, they're beautiful games.
Yeah, I mean it looks really nice. The music's nice.
I just wish I was better at 2D platforming.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not my bag.
It's not even that. I mean, like I'm okay at it. I don't have the. It just doesn't like keep me going. I don't know what it
Trust me,
is.
that game
I can
is
only
such a
play
true work of art, especially when
so
you listen to the
much
combat. It is tons of
side
fun
to
play,
side.
and
Like
there's
even
much more coming later today in the Devolver Direct, which will air directly after
Hollow
Game
Knight
Devs on
and
this
stuff.
stream.
Like I love
So we
that
got lots
game, but
more
it
for you.
just I don't know
All right,
something
next,
about
it's time
I can
for our
only
next
just
game announcement.
And Hollow Knight's so long.
yeah that too. I can only do it for so much. What game was I playing recently that was
Study
like
the
that?
past. If you
Blasphemous.
want to find the future.
No, I haven't played that in a minute. I give that game back to you.
Architects of fate.
Alright. I mean, you can borrow it again if you want.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Let us all for death prepare.
Maybe. Unless if I got rid of it, I might have sold it when I was dumping everything to pay rent.
Me not then die in glory.
Some new game
Without us.
Yeah.
that was on Game Pass about being the Grim Reaper or something.
Oh, have a nice death.
Yeah.
That shall
I
be
mean,
told among men.
that game was also just kicking my butt. That's
Right.
that's such
That's
a
a
hard,
roguelike
like, it's
as
a really
well,
hard
right?
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a roguelike Hollow Knight or something.
Yeah. This is a big reveal. I
Is it Civ?
Yeah, I texted you guys.
Oh
this.
right, this is the new Civ. Yeah.
This is Civ 7.
Yeah.
The cool thing is, at the end of
On
this,
behalf of the Firaxis team, we are thrilled to
they
finally
have the
announce
man himself come out.
Civilization 7 is coming
Not
day
on
and date
stage,
to
but he's on
PC
video.
and consoles
There is Sid
next
Meier
year.
himself.
Wow.
I'm in awe of the amazing team
The
that has
Sid
brought us to
Meier.
this
He's
moment.
still very much a
But
part
we
of these
also have to
games,
thank
and he
you,
wants you to
our
to
incredible
remember
fans
that
around the
he's
world
Man,
for
that's
your
not what I
continued
imagined Sid Meier to
support of
look
this
like.
franchise
right.
For over
Look,
30 years.
I imagine him in a
We
powdered
can't wait to
wig.
share
But
more,
yeah, he just
and we hope you'll join us later
In
this
British.
summer
But it-
for the full
yeah, I
reveal
didn't imagine him
of
having some sort of
Civilization
accent.
7. In the
But now,
meantime,
at the same time, it makes
stay
sense
civilized.
Yeah.
for some reason. Just like he's just all like, I just fucking love strategy games.
Yeah. He said, I really like pirates, man.
I just wanna
That's what I think of. I
world
don't,
conquer.
I don't think Civ as Sid Meier's Civilization as much as I think of Sid Meier's Pirates.
Oh
I
yeah.
always think of his name attached to Pirates rather than Civ, even though he's very much part of the Civ name.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they like expand even further. 'Cause, I mean, Civ kind of. What else can you do? I mean, you have to take it generationally, I guess, and like
Right.
add as we in the world adds. And so, oh, that's cool. That's a cool hat.
Yeah, this is Black Myth Wukong. This
Oh,
is like a
okay.
story trailer. This is a really bad trailer, actually. From what we've seen, I think this is technically not part of this show. Jeff loves having weird ad breaks that kind of blur the lines of what is and what's not part of this show. This is one of those.
Oh, okay.
Where,
Wow.
like, this is just the pre-order trailer, pretty much.
He just pulled that out of his ear.
Right.
Imagine if he accidentally like activated it in his ear though. Like that's the ending. You just like.
Yeah. Yeah, August 20th, and they
David
show the
Byrne.
nice, like, collector's edition after.
Oh.
Yeah, you get the hat.
Get the hat.
And the statue.
The
Look at that
figurine.
statue.
Some jewelry.
I don't know how much it costs. Probably like
I-
$300. But also, like, the elephant in the room about that game is that that studio has had a bunch of trouble over the last, like, year. A bunch of sexual harassment shit. A bunch of, like, gnarly, toxic stuff. And I don't know. I don't know if it's made... If it's put a damper on that game or not.
Yeah, a little bit.
Reaching heaven and
If it's hindered the development of that game, I have no clue. We also have never gotten a game from that studio before, so like it's still like the game has always been like mind blowing, but maybe too good to be true. But we'll see. We'll see very soon. It's August is when it comes out.
Even in the depths of the unknown.
This, I believe, is Once Human is the name of this one.
Again.
Yeah. This is another weird ad,
The smallest creature.
but also a game reveal.
Oh, is this that like multiplayer? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some gameplay of this.
And this is like Remnant.
Yeah.
This is what, because,
I've seen some gameplay for this. It looks pretty cool.
yeah, I like a lot of the monsters.
A
and
lot of the
stuff.
monsters are neat.
Yeah, I think we get another shot of this game in this. Maybe it's the PC Gamer Show, which I haven't seen either yet. Then you finally realize you're in the ad break when you're like, oh, that whole time it was just commercials.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Space Marine 2. Da-da-da-da-da. He's back on stage. And then he brings... Oh, this is the Metaphor ReFantasio. The next game by the Persona people. This is the team behind Persona 5, not Persona 3 or what was the other one that just came out not too long ago. But the Persona 5 team specifically has been
Available in the game.
in development on this game since 2017.
Wow.
I'm really hyped on this game. We've seen it quite a bit. Honestly, this trailer is not as good as the other ones, but, you know, it is what it is when you've seen this game several times.
Will gather to your side. Remind people
I think it
that
looks
the
great,
same
though.
powers lie dormant within them.
I don't know, are you interested in playing a fantasy
You
Persona?
must acquire more.
I still gotta play the other Personas. I mean, it looks really nice. I'd definitely give it a shot.
You do not need to play any of the other ones for this one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No,
For
that's
sure.
not what I mean, I would like to experience the other ones to kind of feel the, I guess, the progression of
yeah.
what. But no, this looks good.
Yeah.
You wield
Absolutely.
power.
And it still has that like turn-based style that I like, so
Yeah.
I'm all about it. I mean, any turn-based game, I'll give a shot for sure. That's what got me into Like a Dragon.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, the turn the combat in
Such
these
an honor
games
to
are
have
always
Yoshino Kojima
pretty
with us
solid.
on stage. Thank you guys for
This
that
one
deep
definitely
look
looks
at the
like the
archetypes
combat's a
and
lot more
stunning
flashy than the
visual
others,
designs.
which is cool.
Yeah.
Now we're going to
Because,
jump
like,
into the Arkhamverse. Batman Arkham
I don't know,
Shadow
Persona
is a
3,
Meta Quest 3 exclusive
I was
VR
enjoying my
game coming
time,
later
but
this
like you
year.
start
As
doing
Batman, you
it,
face a new
it
threat,
starts
the
getting to you
mysterious
once you've
Rat King
pulled
and
the
his
same
cultist
move like
devotees.
100
Here's your
times
first look
over
at the story
Yeah.
trailer
kind of
for
thing.
For
Batman
sure, yeah.
Arkham
And you
Shadow.
can't skip animations and stuff. So like I don't know. I want to see what this is, very much so. And I think that this will be a lot better of a start for people rather than like Persona 3 Reload.
Right.
But Persona 5 is still very good, especially Persona 5 Royal. So I definitely, if you are going to go to any of them, that's the one to recommend is either 5 or more than 5 Royal. This is Batman Arkham, whatever, the VR game. It's a bummer that this is a VR game. The Rat Catcher is such a weird, or Rat King, I think is what he's called in, Rat King is what he's called in DC.
How far will I go to destroy him?
What a weird villain, cool villain to have. This is the main villain of a Batman game. Arkham Shadow.
Arkham Shadow. Only VR.
Only VR. Which, like, the last VR game people were really high on. I think Arkham... I don't know. It might just be called Arkham VR.
I'm
People
looking.
were people were happy about it. Yeah, it was whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's a bummer.
It's a Batman game.
Yeah. Then we get a trailer for Street Fighter. This is the first time ever that Street Fighter is adding guest characters. Not just guest characters. Guest characters from a different franchise. They're adding Terry and Nami, I believe her name is, right? Nami. Why did I get Nami from? Maybe Nami is the name of another character. But they're from Fatal Fury. Fatal Fury and Street Fighter, SNK, and Capcom have always had a close relationship. But like I said, Street Fighter's never had guest characters.
They've always done like
from
versus.
other games, right?
Like Street Fighter versus Capcom.
Right.
Versus, yeah.
But now they're having characters in the main game, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's neat.
And then you get punished in Bison at the end.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be. This is like the second wave of DLC characters that they've done. So yeah, a little cool thing for the Street Fighter people. I was skipping way too far. What are you doing?
It just skips chapters for some reason.
Yeah, that was weird. Trying. Just trying to skip ahead a tiny bit. Where am I at? There. Next trailer. 1 year after the meteor invasion. I don't remember the name of this game. This looks kind of crazy. Tears of Metal. Oh, the hard drive is ready to be used. Because I have to restart my Xbox all the time, it like wants to restart the hard drive as well, but the hard drive takes forever to restart. For some reason, I don't know why. God, Tears of Metal, it's the name of this, but like, yeah, you got like a lot of different styles of game here. Like, I don't know if like these battles you control, I assume so. Like, I assume you're not just like watching your guy go through and battle with like your deck that you give him.
Right.
But I don't know, it seems kind of cool. It also seems kind of like a roguelike.
Yeah.
Kind of like in the description sense. Go lay down, dog. Quit, both of you.
Oh, it says roguelike co-op hack and stuff.
It is a roguelike.
It has
Test of power. I guess we'll see.
that game that we were talking about at the beginning, the
This will be when the true battle
Asian, the Origins game, whatever.
Oh yeah.
It has that vibe.
Right.
You're just hacking through 50 people at once or whatever.
You're right. This is Sparking Zero, I think it's called. This is basically a spiritual successor to the Tenkaichi games.
Yeah.
Or the Budokai games. We've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah.
But people are hyped on this. It's been a long time since one of these have existed. The last Dragon Ball Fighter we got was Fighters with a Z.
Yeah.
And that's more of a Guilty Gear like. Go lay down! Quit! Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Shit. These games are always really cool, but I'm not a fighter person.
Yeah.
It's always just like the campaigns of these things that I like.
It's a very niche fighting game too, because you have to like. I mean, you don't have to be in a Dragon Ball, but like, would you play it if you weren't? I don't know.
Yeah, no. No, and I'm not into Dragon Ball. I like the card game. I've been into collecting the cards recently, but it's always these were my exposure to Dragon Ball.
Right. Yeah, I don't know anything.
The campaigns of the Budokai games and stuff like that.
We've got a new mission. Operation Lightning Strike. The situation at Zero Dam is now very...
This is...
The conflict's escalating between Havoc Corps and Alsara.
Oh, this is Delta
It's
Force.
time to take action.
I think.
Objective. Collect and decode the Mandel Brick.
Delta Force is a sequel to old games. I'm just gonna put her outside. I can't fucking stand her.
Okay.
I hate her.
Look for someone beat us too. We need to pick up the pace.
Clean the balcony. On your mark. Balcony clear. Go, go, go. Clear the area. Shield down. I'm going in.
Shit! They've got a flamethrower!
It's like never a problem until I'm doing something, and then once I'm doing something, it's oh, I want to go outside now, and I'm gonna keep bothering you.
Yeah.
Dogs. They're not my dogs.
That's all the drill is over.
This is a sequel
Good luck.
to a movie tie-in game. And not only are they making a sequel, they revealed that they are remastering the movie tie-in. By that name, Delta Force Hawk
That is
Ops.
not all. The game's
What do you think the
premium
movie
campaign
tie-in
mode,
game
Black
is?
Hawk Down is a reimagining of the original game that is
Oh, no.
also fully licensed to recreate moments from the award-winning Ridley Scott movie. Here is your world premiere first look at that gameplay.
Oh, okay.
It's a Black Hawk Down movie tie-in game, but the original game was for the OG Xbox and had a 64-player multiplayer game.
Also, Black Hawk Down happened like there wasn't a bunch of tech and stuff.
No, but this is straight up like the '90s movie.
Oh, this game.
Yeah, this
I
is.
thought you meant the
No.
one that was just playing.
No, those are sequels to this, but this is straight up the movie game. Which I don't think it follows the movie. I've actually never seen the movie.
Yeah.
I've only played this game. But this is such a weird piece of my childhood that I would have never thought was coming back.
Yeah, I don't really
And
think.
now, I have an update for you.
Do we
on
ever have to
Fatal
bring
Fury
these things
City of the
back?
Wolves.
No, but it's such a weird free thing
For real
to
Yeah.
like throw into the game. It was like, here, you bought this anyways, here it is.
That's weird.
I think Call of Duty did that with like Modern Warfare Remastered or whatever, the original Modern Warfare Remastered, and they like fucked that up somehow. But this one, they're like straight up like giving it away with the game. I think Alice was another game like that. Alice the Madness Returns.
Yeah.
If you bought that, you also get the original like embedded into the game.
Oh, that's cool though.
Yeah. This is the Fatal Fury game. Fuck, what is it called? Like City of Wolves or whatever. SNK is in a weird spot right now because they're now owned by the Saudi government.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know how to feel about it, rightfully so.
Right.
Because, I mean, it's these classic Japanese franchises like Fatal Fury or Metal Slug and River City Girls and Double Dragon might be an SNK game, maybe not. Maybe that's Capcom. But it's such a weird thing that now the Saudi government trying to get into games, the first acquisition that they did do was SNK.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so strange. It's so strange. Because, like, the development studios are the same. It's just now you have, like, the Saudi government owning you. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird when the government gets involved in gaming.
Right. And it's like anything from China is, like, automatically, like, you've gotta, like, think of, is Tencent involved? Because if Tencent's involved, then the government's involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks like Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah, I don't remember what this is. This is some weird mobile game thing. I think it's like a Smash Bros. Like. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Do we get gameplay? Oh, there it is. Oh no, this is a battle royale. So it's a Diablo-like battle royale where like each part of the map like falls away from like underneath the level, like as you go. Like you'll start seeing like chunks in the map like start falling away and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool though. It's kind of like a Diablo Smash Bros. Combo.
Yeah. Yeah. We had seen that probably at this show last year.
And see, that's how you make a battle royale a little different.
Right.
Like that would be a battle royale I'd want to pick up because it's like not the same.
Right. It's not a
You know?
hero shooter.
There's a whole different strategy and like gameplay involved.
Right. This is a hero shooter, I guess. but it doesn't seem like it. It's more of a team-based Armored Core.
I like all the. Yeah, I wonder how customizable you can get.
It looks pretty customizable.
Yeah, that looks pretty sick. But this is another way to change it too, like making it so customizable where it's not like you're just the same person.
Right. This is Mecha Break.
Yeah.
I kept getting it confused with the Gundam game because Gundam is coming out with Gundam Breaker 4, which is straight up their version of Armored Core.
Yeah.
That's cool. That one looked real good, and the last few have not. This is huge. They're gonna explain a little bit more. I'll let you go first. Isn't that we're going so fast for it?
Vengeance will take shape.
It's like might as well just let it play real quick before I start bullshit.
I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep. I must not sleep. I am terrified to sleep. And I am scared to death to stay awake.
Don't worry, Viv. If any ghosts actually show up, I'll protect
Are
you.
these are all different games?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, wait, is it?
I'll save you, no matter what. Just go home, Viv. Amy!
The local police department asked me to help with a case. Why would they need a game designer? It should have some developer mode.
Dark times await us.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Blumhouse is getting in the gaming world.
Yeah, so this is Blumhouse announced last year, I think, that they were going to be getting into games.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a little bit earlier this year. And everybody had thought it was like they're probably just gonna end up buying like the Five Nights at Freddy's team.
Right.
Or they're gonna be making like a Conjuring movie game tie-in thing.
Mm-hmm.
What Blumhouse has done has announced 6 new horror titles, all made by individual indie development studios. What Blumhouse plans to do is to be a horror devolver, where they are finding little indie horror games or bigger budget horror games and publishing them, but they're doing it with a watchful eye and a curated eye of like there's going to be a seal of quality.
Yeah, but then also probably some sort of movie tie-in.
From what they said, unless if one of the creators pitch it to them.
Oh, really?
They don't have anything in-house. They don't own any of these people.
Right, yeah.
They
But
don't
if the game blows up enough.
Right, they don't own any of these games, period.
Right.
They're just funding them. From what I'd imagine, they're gonna make money from them, but they don't own the rights to like. Fear the Spotlight is the one that everybody was talking about from this weekend because it was the only one playable.
Yeah.
At the show, but the big one is that, I mean, all of them are big. The whole announcement's big, but the ending one that they showed, which the the one that they didn't show, they announced from Sam Barlow and Brandon Cronenberg, David Cronenberg's son.
Right.
And then Sam Barlow, the guy who made Telling Lies, Immortality, and Her Story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which she's FMV horror games or thrillers are his bag. So that there's a lot of really cool, weird things. But then the other side of Blumhouse games is the game movies. So at the end of this, they also do say, hey, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is in the works, because they are also doing that.
Wow. The first one didn't even do that great.
It did amazingly well.
Did it?
Oh, dude, it made so much fucking money.
Did it really?
Yeah.
That's depressing.
It
wasn't good.
So much money, dude.
Guys, we
It wasn't good at
ourselves
all.
a full slate there. That's incredible. So,
But
Jason,
the
tell us
first
a
one
bit
doesn't have to
about,
be good
why
for
you
it to
wanted
make
get
money.
into
I
the
think the
game.
That's
second
true. Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
it just needs a
we've been,
fan base.
Very,
Yeah.
very busy.
Um,
I'm very
this
happy
is
to be
them
here.
coming
Thank
up on
you for having us.
stage.
Thank you guys all. Great to hear the fans out there.
I think hearing it from them is
You'll all be very
a little
happy
nicer.
to know we're working at this very minute on the sequel of Five Nights at Freddy's. It's coming.
they.
It's my house.
She was also Giant Bomb
Anyway,
has their
horror
Giant Bomb
is,
at Night thing. She appeared
to
on the
my
couch,
great
so
relief,
there
getting
is an
more and
interview
more
with her
popular. Our
talking
movies
about
are working,
how
it's working
excited
on
she is
streaming,
working with
it's
these
working in
people.
live events, and we wanted to try and take
Cozy
our
Pill
approach
Games is the name of the Fear Spotlight
movies
people.
and apply it to games. And
you
that's
get
what you
to
see here. We're
hear
gonna
a bunch
do
from them
independent
this weekend
games.
as well,
We're going to
of-
look for creators and give them a
of them talking
platform
about
and,
the game
encourage
and
these
stuff.
creators to be weird and subversive and find the most effed up, scariest things they can and put them into really cool games. Well, they look great. It's a really diverse, cool slate. Luis, tell us a bit about, we saw a bunch of games there. What can you tell us about kind of the overall lineup of games?
Well, as you just saw from our slate, our horror games are a lot like Blumhouse movies. They come in many different
excited for
flavors of
this.
fear, which means there's a
I do like how diverse
So
everything
maybe you're a
is.
fan
Yeah,
of
there's a,
nostalgic
she
90s
talks about it.
experiences
Or
where
right there.
Right.
So like the there's a Stardew murder mystery.
I saw that one, yeah.
Yeah. Fear the Spotlight is like they're pitching it as like baby's first horror game kind of thing, where it's like a scary monster walking around, but it's not super heavy on jump scares or something. It's more eerie,
Right.
and more creepy. They talked about like the Cronenberg thing. I mean, Cronenberg's known for body horror.
Right.
Both the son and father are both known for very much
Yeah,
the
it's in the
same
name.
thing. Yeah.
Cronenberg literally means body horror. Like, you can't even...
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and there's a couple of other weird, cool things. I mean, the simulation was the one that stuck out to me, where it's a cop detective mystery thing of a video game that kills people.
Yeah.
Or a haunted
Very
video
meta.
game
It looked
thing.
very meta, yeah.
Yeah. Homebuddy also gave me that feel. Homebuddy would have... I think if Homebuddy came out 2 years later, I think Homebuddy would have been under this label rather than... I mean, even though Game Grumps did internally develop that game,
Yeah.
I think that's like very much of the ilk of games that they're putting out. After this, you cannot tell me. Oh, this one's cool too. So Digital Eclipse, the people who bring back a lot of old games and stuff like that, with Atari 50 and the Lamasoft, the Jeff Minter story, and a few others. They also make games that are harken back to that style. Most notably, as of recent, was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Now we have the second one of it.
Oh, nice.
And it's so fucking cool, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw a trailer for this. Yeah,
Oh,
these are popping up all over now. Yeah, this does look sick.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so this is a 5-player action beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Going through time as the Power Rangers, couch co-op. Fuck, dude. This is so
the
cool.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if they, like, through time, like, included all the Power Rangers.
Right.
Because there's, like, what, 40 plus renditions?
Right. So hearing people speculate on this a little bit more and stuff, like people talk about like DLC and stuff like that. Of course, like it makes sense to like have like this fucking the Space Rangers and fucking Zeo and fucking
yeah, there's so many ways they could go.
Yeah, dude. The whole Rita's Rewind, like there's so much you can do.
Even calling it that has like a weird nostalgic,
yeah,
like 90s vibe.
Yeah, there's like an implication to it. When I was talking about games that definitely do not have the budget to pay to be here, this is one of those games. And when I was during the reactions, I talked about that a lot. Of like, so a 30-second trailer apparently costs $250,000.
Jeez.
A minute costs $500,000, and 2 minutes costs upwards of $1 million. And then anything above that, you know. There's no fucking way that Blumhouse makes sense. Blumhouse, I could see that.
Right.
Blumhouse is kind of like skirting the edge of like, I could see like, yeah, Jeff would make a lot of money there. There's probably some synergy there. But also that is so weird, cool, and indie that might just be Jeff being like, we gotta announce this.
Right.
This is definitely one of those things of Jeff must be really into this fucking thing.
What a beautiful game, Deer and Boy.
But it seems like a cool
Deer and Boy.
It looks like an inside or a limbo kind of. A little bit more cutesy, but it has that spirit animal, like also Cthulhu Elder Gods mix.
Yeah.
The Choo Choo Charles dev.
This is a first-person open-world action
I
RPG
don't
for
think he's
Warhorse
paying
Studios.
$1 million
Here
for Cuff
is a
Busters.
brand new look.
You know,
I mean,
he
yeah,
could be.
true,
He probably made a lot of
maybe,
money.
I mean,
He made a lot of money.
Plans of men
But I doubt it, man.
don't always come to fruition.
I doubt he has $1 million for Summer Games Fest money.
But God disposes.
Here's the sequel to Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Boots you right in the
Kingdom
balls.
Come Deliverance 2.
These two young
This
fellas,
game looks
I need to
fucking
find them.
dope.
One's a smart-ass Smith.
I never played the first one. The first one, and the creative director got tied into a bunch of Gamergate shit. Because dude wouldn't shut his mouth on Twitter. But the first one reviewed very well. So it's always made me want to go back to it. And then most recently,
we should have done.
they talked about it on Summon Signs with
The last time I ran away, I lost everything.
Brad and them on the podcast. They talked about it. About how good this game was. Specifically, Lockmore talked about it. And I don't know, it made me want to play the first one, but them announcing a second one.
I do like the story in this. Like, it does seem like a not lighthearted. I guess lighthearted, but like just a entertaining. You know, there's some charisma in there. There's some personality. It's not just a bunch of like 500 really grumpy men all fighting each other.
Right.
Like,
Which the first one definitely had a lot more of a grittier vibe. Like these games are.
Into the dark mind of
I'd imagine this game is just as sim heavy as the first one.
Yeah.
The first one is very sim heavy. Of like people treat you like garbage if you smell bad. You know, like fucking if you. It's really hard to fight in that game because like you're just kind of like a peasant, you know.
Right.
It's stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm intrigued. Slitterhead, I'm more intrigued in. Slitterhead is ex-Team Silent people and ex-Team Siren people, making a spiritual successor to those games. But also, it's a third-person action game, and people have compared it to like a B game. I could totally see that, but I think that should be the modern AAA.
Wow, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh no, Mantis.
Not the best, really.
Not the best fighting.
No. I think with more powers and like parasitic things, you'll get some shit. And like you got like guns and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe.
It does look. I like all the character designs.
Right? Those monsters are so dope. A lot of blood weapons and stuff. The whole idea of like being able to like go from body to body and stuff like that is really cool. I like that. But it reminds me of Parasite the Maxim, the anime.
Oh yeah, yeah, it does have that vibe.
And it's like you're just morphing yourself into weird, fucked up creatures to fight weird, fucked up creatures. I'm into that. Hell yeah. November 8th. It's cool to get a date for that.
Oh, I've seen this.
This is Killer Bean.
Yeah.
This is based off the popular mid-2000s meme of the same name.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I'm good at what I do.
Not much to say other than this kind of looks dope, and it's playing it straight the whole time.
Good. I used to be an assassin for the Shadow Agency, an international organization powerful enough to save the world, until they lied to me and tried to kill me. Now, I'm gonna destroy them.
You're the gosh darn idiot who wants to take down
I love that slow motion ability.
Right.
Well, it is sure nice to meet you. Before you die.
A few of those, if it's like weird combat puzzles and I have like this slow-mo ability to like kill dudes as fast as possible, like I'm so down for that. But also like if it's not that, if it's just like a weird first-person shooter as a bean.
Yeah.
But you go into third-person too.
Right.
I wonder if you can like go back and forth. Like I don't know.
Right. Like how much control is it all the time? I guess it depends on, maybe it's level per level, it changes.
Right. Are you only first person when you're aiming?
Heck yeah, it looks fun though.
Yeah. I don't know why everything needs to be early access, but sure.
Because no one's patient.
Right. I guess so. What's next? What is this? What is this? Oh, this is a climbing game. This is some weird climbing game. I don't know, man.
Another climbing game.
People really like climbing.
People love
games.
climbing, dude.
I don't love this game as much as what I think some people do, but I don't know. This wasn't one of the standouts, so you didn't really hear anybody talk about this game.
Do I get to do that? Is there a button that says punch wall?
Punch button. Yeah.
Push up. Is there a push up in my tent button?
Yeah.
It's just a lot of climbing.
Cool. Yeah. I don't know
Traversing.
if they have the devs come out before this and talk about the game, but they don't really say anything other than it's a climbing game.
Yeah.
And
I definitely don't want to play it if the whole time she's going.
Yeah.
She's just screaming the whole time. I don't know if I want to play it.
Cairn.
It's like
I'm
corn.
not meant to be here.
Yeah.
Cairn. I like Cairn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, because there's a lot of climbing games out right now, and all that tells me is there's going to be a lot of climbing.
Right. So this next one is kind of, I mean, it's just a story trailer, but it's more of the devs behind the game that I want you to see
I'm not meant to be here.
beforehand.
I'm a fighter. I'm meant to be in the arena, in combat. But instead, I'm out here in the middle of the woods, running a tea shop. So, what does running a tea shop involve? Well, there's a lot of gardening, and I've had to get used to the pretty unique tea machine they've got here. None of these tasks
right,
are
we
all
do
that
see
hard, they
gameplay.
just take patience. And I'm not really the patient type, but I'm surviving. Of course, I have to actually serve the tea to our customers. And once that's done, I'll usually check in with Boro, the guy who owns the shop, to see if my help is needed anywhere. And when all the chores are done, sometimes I'll just sit on a bench and do absolutely nothing. It's not fighting, but it's peaceful. And what's weird is that I actually feel good. I'm happy. I can stop running now. I can
It's
stop.
like you can tell when these are getting low,
can
even
stop.
though
I can stop.
there's probably still a
running.
gram left in
This
this
is
thing.
good for me.
It's 2
I need
grams.
to enjoy this. I feel good. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy.
That's cool.
Wander Stop.
Who knows what that means, but
Right. Well, I mean, Wander Stop, you're a tea shop for like travelers and stuff.
right. No, I know. I meant like what that trailer means.
Oh, right,
Like, there's
right.
some sort of twist.
Yes, so very much so is why I wanted you to see the developers, because the Stanley Parable is the big one there.
Mhm.
That's kind of like dude's whole shtick is like self-awareness and meta humor and stuff like
Right.
that. So I'd imagine we're gonna get some of that in this.
And it almost seems like when that character approached her with the text dialogue, that was almost like her kind of seeing from the outside in, like, oh, maybe I'm not even, like I'm in some sort of thing.
Right. Or what I was thinking is like the voices were like, that's her thoughts. It's representative of like her and her thoughts. So maybe all of her will be voice acted, but
Yeah.
like everything else around
Like
her
she's
is
like
maybe,
trapped in a
A simulation.
Like simulation of teeth, because even the way she's describing it, she's like, "Oh, well, these are kind of easy and repetitive."
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah, right.
As if she's like
aware.
Like she's like forced, like some sort of like Black Mirror thing where she's like in it but not.
Yeah.
And then she somehow breaks out or something.
Yeah. Yeah. It also seemed like there was implied combat there, so
yeah.
I wonder what combat.
There was a sword looking thing.
Yeah. You had knights in armor and stuff like that. Yeah, Wanderstop.
And focus on the shade.
There's Wonder Swan
You feel it?
and Wander Stop. Are two games that
Your progress is impressive lately, Aruna. These are incredible.
This
they call themselves
is
the Sahin. 9 among them were chosen.
Unknown 9, I believe, was the name of this game.
9. Does this have anything to do with why?
I think last time we saw this game, we were both super high on it. I think this trailer
at the mercy of the
didn't show it as well.
It's time we took control of our own destiny.
You have like a blink ability.
Oh,
where,
yeah.
like you can like go behind people and like teleport and stuff.
Why are you so interested in Vincent, anyhow?
He killed someone.
Oh yeah, it's like a weird, like. It's the future, but everything kind of looks old.
Right.
And bridge the gap.
You don't belong
here. Steampunk.
You're wrong.
Yeah. And I thought the combat looks very good, like with the blink ability and stuff. And this one, it like almost, I get Forspoken vibes, like especially with the needle drop in the middle of the trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
How about we see the world together?
I finally have something. Something that
Yeah, I
I
guess
want
we'll have to see.
Oh, bad. Yeah.
Not a great trailer though.
Bad trailer. We were talking about Monster Hunter earlier. This is Monster Hunter Stories. It's talking about the straight up anime Ghibli.
Oh.
This is that.
Okay.
But they're remastering them.
Oh.
So you're gonna be able to play them like in 4K because they were originally DS games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think DS. Maybe it's 3DS, but they were kind of stuck on DS for a while. I think Rise, the most recent one, which is kind of Stories adjacent, is on Switch, but it's only on PC otherwise. It's not on the other consoles. The World is the only one that's on multiple consoles. So it's cool to see Stories coming as well to multiple. This is New World. This is the Amazon MMO, I believe.
To fight and legend.
This is out. And it's been out for a while. I think this is one of those games where like it came out and people were super high on it, and then now it's kind of like nose dove in pretty low. But there's still like a core base there that still really enjoy this game. I just don't know what you could do as Amazon to get new people into your MMO.
Yeah.
This is a really cool cinematic trailer.
Yeah, it looks really sick.
But this is not how the game looks.
Right.
I think the game's more of an ARPG, which would be cool as fuck to see. But this is pretty similar to a Diablo trailer. This is what it reminded me of. It's like this is a cinematic that would be straight from a Blizzard game.
All right, we're back here live for more Summer
maybe
Game
not.
Fest. The first descendant.
Tria.
I mean, it looks really cool, but if it doesn't look anything like that, I don't know.
Right. We don't see any game there, so. Why did I think it was New World? Maybe it was the mask. I don't know.
With dynamic cooperative gameplay, including a grappling hook mechanic. It is finally set for release, and we're very happy here
this is
to debut the
needle
new
drop.
trailer and the reveal of the release.
People are really high on this game. The first Descendant. I don't think I like this type of space sci-fi fiction. Is what I've come to realize. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just overwrought, and I need to like get some time away from it. But like, we have this game, Halo, of course. This reminds me of Anthem. This reminds me of fucking Destiny. This reminds me of Apex. This reminds me of like the weird like chrome bodysuit jetpacks. Starfield. You know, like. But this also looks super anime. So, who knows?
Yeah, I'd have to see the game trailer because all I see is like Nier Automata.
Yeah, it's very much that. It's a third-person shooter action game. It's a Bandai game.
Yeah, that's why everyone's cheeked up.
Yeah. I think it's like a straight up just an RPG kind of thing. I don't think it's a free to play multiplayer thing, but it would not surprise me in this if it was like some multiplayer thing.
It's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah.
With all the different characters kind of coming together or whatever.
Right, but I think it might be a Japanese Mass Effect.
Yeah.
That looks awesome.
And Mass Effect, the whole idea of that game is getting everybody together. Oh, it's Nexon making
for the release on July
Chinese?
2nd. And now,
Nexon's Chinese.
please welcome two developers whose
It's the
hit
Dave
indie
the
game
Diver
Among
people.
Us took the world by storm in a couple game awards. From Inner Sloth,
That's fucking
here
crazy.
are Victoria
Think
Tran
about
and
that's the
Forrest
same
Williams.
team that made Dave the Diver. So they're gonna get on stage and announce something really cool. We'll get to the trailer. Did they? Yeah. So basically, what is happening with them? Inner Sloth is the developers of Among Us.
Okay.
Among Us has made a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that they want to give it back. So they are going into development or into publishing with Outer Sloth.
Okay.
And are announcing, I think, 6-7 games here.
Nice.
We've seen a couple of these. I think we saw the last day of the devs. We saw one of them.
Hi, I'm Ian
Actually, the
from
first
Shape
one that they'll show
And you may
is
already
the
be
one that we
playing
saw
our
at Day of
first
the
game,
Devs last year.
Milestone Logistics.
We're Trinket Studios, creators of Battle Chef Brigade, and this is our card battler RPG, Battle Suit Aces.
We are Studio NE%, and we're making the Marsfield Archives, a game about building and exploring connections.
Hi, we're Midnight Munches. We just released a demo for one-button bosses, or boss rush game, with a single button to press and a ton of bosses to beat.
Hey, I'm Husband, game director at Huscrofts, and this is Rogue Eclipse, our epic spaceflight action roguelike, where you'll have to customize and master your starfighter, take on merciless armadas, and vanquish a fleet of colossal super destroyers.
And we do have one more game that's very early in development.
Hi, I'm Eka, creative director of Outer Loop Games, makers of Thirsty Suitors and Falcon Age. In our new game, explore the world in an upgradable mech and cook up tasty dishes for local communities. Fight off corpos, discover new dosa recipes, and reunite with your strange loved ones for one last meal. Project Dosa is a game about life, death, love, and food for the soul.
It's cool. So
Yeah.
it's just like what Blumhouse did, but just a little more quirky.
Right. So, yeah, exactly. You have the lighthearted and the horror.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, because of the nature of those games, I probably won't. I'm more likely to play all of the Blumhouse games versus.
Of course, right.
all
Yeah,
of
none of
those.
those really said anything to me that I'd want to.
Yeah. Right.
But
Right. I now that I've thought about it more, the Project Dosa I will probably end up playing. I did the Falcon Age game is really good. And I've been meaning to play Thirsty Suitors. That's a dating sim, turn-based combat Tony Hawk game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like an open world Tony Hawk game, and then you get into battles, and it's a turn-based like dating sim thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. Where you're battling your exes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's like the whole. It seems really cool, and I've been meaning to get to it. I mean, people said it was good.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't game of the year, and it was at the end of the year where everybody was like trying to finish shit.
Right.
And yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's cool. They also announced that they're doing a Netflix show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and they give it this trailer that has no voice acting or none of the actual show.
What's a trailer for the show?
That's it. But they announced the cast, and it's like Patton Oswalt and a whole bunch of other people.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood.
Phil Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll probably be really
Deb
silly.
Wilson.
I can imagine, like...
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a children's show for sure.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Among Us is... I mean, it's children-friendly adjacent. Like, there's still a slight amount of gore to it.
Yeah, I guess technically, right. You are
like
beheading people, but it's such a cartoony way that, like, it's almost not.
Now
right.
It's time
It's like
for
I could say, like,
Avengers,
I could see
guess.
it being like a young adult
Yeah. Yeah.
rating of some sort, you know.
Right. Yeah, the next one is they're remaking Sonic Generations, which is one of the good ones, and they're adding a whole new Shadow campaign.
Nice.
Apparently it leaked that not only are they adding a Shadow campaign, but they're also adding a hub world for Shadow that is going to be its own main thing, akin to Sonic Frontiers, which was the most recent Sonic that was open world.
That's cool though.
That leaked. I don't know. I mean, the demo that people have seen of this had nothing of that. It just, unfortunately, somebody caught wind of it and now it's all over. Yeah, I don't think anybody's even seen it yet, but
Yeah.
apparently that's the big thing of like, not only do you get this whole campaign, you also get this crazy open world thing. Shadow doesn't have his famous Glock. He's not rolling around with a gun.
They had to make it kid friendly.
Yeah.
No guns anymore. Sorry.
The funny thing of that, it came out recently that the original pitch for Shadow the Hedgehog was that they didn't know if they wanted to take Sonic to be an edgy character or not, or how edgy that they would get. So there is a version of Shadow the Hedgehog for the original Xbox that's rated M.
Yeah.
Or Shadow says fuck, and there's a bunch of gore.
Right. I mean, no, we need something like that. We need like a Deadpool version.
But in the game, he says damn. He's like,
Yeah.
God damn it. Or something like that.
I created the future.
They show a cinematic for the Dune game, it's weird that they didn't show the Dune game.
It's weird that they made a Dune game.
Well, like so the original, yes, you're right. You're right in this sense because this is a Dune MMO, which I don't know what the fuck that means. They've made 2 other Dune games before though that are RTSs.
Really? Okay.
And they're the Spice Wars games.
Oh, right,
and
right.
Those are really cool where they're like straight up like Command and Conquer style stuff.
Just Dune themed.
Right.
Whereas this one's like
But I see a narrow way.
Was it more like Final Fantasy or like?
I have no clue. They haven't shown any of it.
No, really.
Yeah, they've just said Dune MMO.
And given birth to a girl.
I mean, third person action is
everything would
implied, but I don't know if it's gonna be like.
Dr. Yue
What's the Korean one? Crimson Desert? Or Destiny is an MMO technically. I don't know if it's gonna be like that or if it's gonna be like.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It looks
Fantasy
very
14.
either Destiny or Final Fantasy. Like I'm leaning toward one of those.
Yeah. Well, Final Fantasy 14 is more of like more like WoW almost. I mean, it's point and click and it's turn based and all of that kind of stuff. Or real time combat versus like Crimson Desert plays like a Souls, from my understanding.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think this will go into Souls territory.
No. But it would be real cool.
Yeah.
I have like fake Timothy Chalamet talking in my ear.
Nice.
Yeah. That's also what got me too, where it was like, that's not Timothy Chalamet's voice, but that's definitely his weird likeness with a beard right at the beginning.
Yeah, they're like fast forwarding.
And
Is
I
this
was
supposed to be like years after the movie?
I assume so. But like, there's like, they're doing a trilogy.
This is one of those universes that are like the Star Wars universe where you just kind of have to know.
Right, Dune is like 6 books.
Yeah, and they're big.
Yeah, they're big, chunky books.
They're like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. We get this crazy anime cinematic for a game. It doesn't look like this.
No.
No. Would you be surprised if I told you it's an RTS?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. It's an RTS. I think it's the studio's first game, but Battle Aces is what it's called.
Okay.
People who play these games seemed high on it, so maybe you might be too.
For card games. So Battle Aces is an action-packed army versus army game that has a high emphasis on the
I don't
strategy.
know. To me, it looks
this type of very
like any other one of these.
It's just like a mobile game.
Players in 2 major ways. First,
I could see it coming to mobile as well.
And out of game
but
strategizing
I think it's
through unit
PC
decks.
first
And what
for
makes unit decks
early
very
access.
Cool is not only will players be able to define the exact way that they wish to play.
This guy
also
sounds like he
players
makes
will be able
RTSs
to
though.
experience an endless possibility of strategies. Second, we want to eliminate.
I said he looks
required to
and
play
sounds like a
RTS
pocket protector.
As much as possible,
He
so
does.
that
Yeah,
players
he
playing
does.
this game are experiencing only the fun parts of playing an RTS game. So, if you want to learn more about Battle Aces, or if you want to sign up for our beta test that's coming up very soon, then please make sure to visit our website at playbattleaces.com. Thank you.
Thank you, David. That was fantastic. All right.
It's like a Kyle game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's Studio's first game. What do we got next? We're an hour 44 into the 2-hour show.
4-hour show.
No, it's 3 different shows.
Oh.
Yeah, this Devolver and Day of the Devs are the last 2. Yeah, Day of the Devs.
Put them all into this one thing.
Yeah, it's the whole day's worth of stream. Yeah. This is the finals. Like I said, they really want you to play their game, so they're going to Japan. because they want all the weebs. You could be a sushi chef or a samurai.
And you get pretty flowers on here.
Yeah, you get sakura flowers.
Like, the graphics look way better.
It looks so pretty, dude. This game is so cool. Honestly, it's a really cool game.
Please welcome multiple Game Awards winner and a dazzling Game Awards performer, if I do say so myself.
And
I was hoping that this was gonna like take off better and like kind of replace Apex or whatever, but
yeah. I don't think you can come out with a new one of those and it impress, you know?
Yeah, you have to really think of a new something.
Right.
We've just been doing that for so long. It's like,
Hi.
there's only so many more powers and stuff you can add, and it's still really just the same thing.
Right, and it's
to tell you something exciting.
And there's just so many of them. It's like every single game wants you to spend like the next 10 years of your life in it, and it's like, nah, dude.
On your shelves.
I just want to pay my $60 and like dip, you know?
Digital.
And he's gonna talk a little bit, but he's coming out to announce that there is a new DLC for Alan Wake. They had been teasing it for quite a while. They had said when the game came out too that Night Springs would be the first DLC. So this is the announcement of Night Springs. Night Springs is the Twilight Zone inside of the Alan Wake universe. It's like a literal TV show of horror anthologies and stuff. So they're using that to kind of play around with the space.
Yeah.
And get. I mean, this game's way out there to begin with. Because they get way the fuck out there.
Always familiar to us. In Night Springs.
I think this is really cool, man.
I'm in danger.
Apparently, it's like 3 hours long each.
You're the only one who can save me.
And I will come back for you.
It's only the first of, I think they said 3 or 4 DLCs.
Sean, I'm really happy.
This is gonna get strange.
I was the only one who could save the writer and the very soul of literature.
Something was different.
I have a shotgun.
Well, I gotta... Wait, that's a real shotgun?
Who can ever truly know how deep the rabbit hole goes in Night Springs?
Through the endless time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So they shadow dropped it. And that is playable now.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool.
It is really, yeah. I was so blown away, and then I heard what it is. The idea behind it is that it was 3 separate episodes. Each one's about an hour long. You have each character playing a character based off a fictional version of that universe. So you have Jesse Faden, I think is the you have Control Chick. She's not playing herself, she's playing a character. She's herself playing a character,
right,
in this fake version of that world.
Right, it's just an alternate reality of her,
right,
as
but
someone else.
That world still exists.
Yeah, it's just an alternate reality. So they're connected.
But it's more like it's a character on a TV show in the world?
Yeah, right. So it's her world.
Yeah.
It's the Control world, but like an alternate reality of that world on the TV.
Right, but she's not even like, so she's Jesse Faden played by, I think Claire is her name.
I can't remember, but I know you're talking about the Control girl, yeah.
Yeah. Sean Ashmore is playing. He's playing the detective, playing this other character, who's based off the detective in Alan Wake.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of like.
It's a lot.
I feel
of,
like it's a lot of ideas that they had
twisting
to add to the game throughout, and they're like, oh, we could just make these mini things.
Right.
Like a lot of ideas.
It also the spiral nature of that, I think, also plays into the ending of that game.
Yeah, possibly. If they have 3 more DLCs, who knows?
Right, and the ending of that game is very much of like, does it ever end kind of thing? Is anything real?
Right.
Is everything? Did anything happen? Was everything happening? You know, kind of thing. It's like everything's happening and nothing's happening all at once kind of mentality of it. It's like everything's cyclical kind of thing.
Right, yeah.
Is what the ending of 2 made it seem like. So much so that they say that the real ending is like after you beat the game multiple times, like, because that's the whole idea. So I don't know. I'm really interested in it. Night Springs. I think it's free DLC.
Oh, yes. I would hope so.
Yeah, free DLC Shadow Drop. If it's not, it's like $40 for the season pass or whatever. It's definitely worth it.
Paradise.
What is this?
Where primal forces
Pirate game. Didn't we hear this song earlier?
The island's deepest secrets. Where ancient
This is
It's like Nightingales or something. No, this is that Lost Ark game I was talking about. Or New World.
This is
This is the Amazon thing.
No, but the song.
What? Yeah, I don't remember the name of the song either. I know the song, but I couldn't tell you the remember. Yeah, New World.
That's right, New
See,
World.
See, it's the dude.
Will launch on PS5,
It's the fucking
Xbox
mask
Series
dude.
X,
That's
and
why I
PC
was like,
on October.
Oh yeah,
this is
very
New
similar
World.
mask. Yeah.
This is fucking New World. No, it's not. So dumb.
It's because they're afraid to wake up from the dream.
Get some new ideas.
Yeah.
This is Honkai Star Rail. I'm so sick of Hoyoverse. All of the weird anime gotcha turn-based stuff. This one's turn-based. The Genshin is like Breath of the Wild. And then they have the other one coming out, ZZZ. That's supposed to be like from what I understand, like a Monster Rancher kind of style game. Is what the vibe I got from that, but maybe not. Maybe it's, I got like Monster Rancher, Devil May Cry mix from that. I don't want to skip too far into something weird. First. Okay, Iron Mace. This is Dark and Darker. Dark and Darker is going 1.0. It's out now. It's free. Free to play out now.
Yeah, I saw this one.
Yeah, Kyle's been playing it. Well, Kyle was playing it. This is the one he was like all obsessed over because it was like hard to play. It'd be like, we're going live for 48 hours and then we'll see you in 9 months randomly on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, man. But yeah, this is a extraction. It's Tarkov, but Dark Souls or Kingsfield.
Kingsfield, yeah.
Yeah. Play it for free now. Steam, Epic. After that, we get a sneak peek. We've seen this game a few times. Kimitsigami, Path of the Goddess. This is that Capcom game that's all a really weird one.
Oh, right, where they're like coming out of a weird portal or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you're like recruiting townspeople, and then you guys all do a dance.
Mm-hmm.
It's like tower defense almost.
Yeah, like during the day you're like building up the town, and then at night it's they attack.
Yeah.
So I reckon your townspeople probably are the tower defense.
Right.
And so depending on who you recruit.
But it seems like you're going from like your third person action, and then like midway through you can like carry over and like pick like a single person or like a group of guys. Like there's a couple times where like it looked like that. Or maybe you're just like that random ball thing.
I think so. Yeah, that looks more like a cutscene.
Yeah. Word. Well, sneak peek at that. Do they have a date for that? I feel like that should be soon at this point. But this is Hyper Light Breaker. This is the. I think this is a battle royale. It's definitely a roguelike of some sort in the Hyper Light universe. Heart Machine also announced a new game this weekend. I have not seen it yet. I don't know what it is, but they teased it on their Twitter, and I thought this was gonna be it. It's not. It's not this. They've announced this a while ago.
Yeah.
But there is a different Heart Machine game that we will be seeing. Probably not today, because we're already like 2 hours into the podcast, but next week we'll probably see when we cover the Day of the Devs, Devolver, and Xbox. Probably Ubisoft as well. Get a Party Animals update. You like Party Animals, right? You were into it.
Yeah, we fuck with that every once in a while.
Yeah. You get a superpowers update. You get like electric powers and stuff like that.
Double jump.
Yeah, double jump. Rocket speeds.
Nice.
New game modes.
I didn't know they had a theme song.
You can play Uno?
That's cool.
Cards?
Racing. Yeah, maybe they like added some more. The games they had were pretty fun, but they were kind of like that other ragdoll game.
Yeah.
So maybe they added some things to kind of differentiate.
I honestly never thought that.
I met that guy.
Yeah. I'm not gonna spoil what this is, but I'm gonna point out some things because now I can with now that I can focus a little bit more on this. But there's some pictures in the background that we can focus on and stuff.
Nothing to hide from the citizens. Everybody here at M.
What's she shredding back there?
We think this town rules.
Just go back. Go back one frame. What did she pick up right there? Back in the left corner.
Nothing to hide
what is that?
I have no idea. I'd have to watch this 12 times probably.
We can do it.
I can barely see it, to be honest.
We can do it. You want to go real close?
No.
She's gonna pick it up real fast.
Thinking about how you're saying we're selling the city for scraps.
She's gonna shred it. We might get a closer pick.
That makes my whole family sick to their stomachs. My wife hasn't been on the toilet for weeks because of what you're saying about what M Corp's doing to this town. All those lies. Everyone in M Corp stomachs. My wife hasn't been on the toilet for weeks because of what you're saying about what M Corp's doing to this town. All those lies. Damn. Everyone in
I want to pause it right at that. The fax machine or the shredder.
M Corp is really good.
What's right there?
Oh, a skateboard?
This is business.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I still don't know what that means though.
Yeah, man.
I'll figure it out. Let's.
That's not about this. That's a That's a father and son.
I can restart
That's
it.
actually
You want me to restart it?
No, let's just.
Okay.
I'd rather
We
just see what
love
it
it
is.
here
But does it not tell me the game at all?
No, it'll
It's
tell you. It's
okay.
just it doesn't reveal it right here.
Nobody panic.
In the middle of this, I was like Googling MCorp.
Yeah, because I don't know.
All right, welcome back to Summer Game Fest, and now let's head to Sam Vansterdam for a new look at Skate from.
I mean, it must be a pretty big deal if he's in it.
Right.
If Tim.
Hey, Jeff, how you doing, bud? Oh, crap. Some really bad stuff's happening out there. They're gonna need a lot of help cleaning that up. That's bad.
Oh, it's just a trailer for a new skate?
Yeah.
It's so weird. Again, out of everyone, why would they have Tim Robinson? Like
Tim Robinson. The theory is that this corporation is gonna be like the way to not have NPCs in the game. I don't know if that's true or not. I've played Skate. I've played this game. I've said that in the reaction video. I've played this game, but what I've played like was a very small part of the city, and like the majority of the city didn't have textures on it yet.
I mean, just look at the giant.
So like I really don't know
Cheer
what
up,
his
buddy.
involvement
It's Summer
is,
Game
or
Fest.
what the MCorp
Yeah, will he be like a voice throughout? Or?
Yeah, I have no clue. But you can go to mcorp.com, that MCorp website, and read into it. But it doesn't mention him.
Huh.
So I don't know. I think he might just be part of the trailer. But,
Yeah.
I mean, they've always had famous people.
It's just weird, like, they didn't really use him as him.
Right.
Like, he didn't really go full Tim Robinson, so I feel like they could have used anyone, so what is this? Maybe
Right.
not. Maybe they were just like, we love you, could you do our voice?
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna be like. I don't think. I'd imagine if they are going to have a Frank stand-in, they would just bring Coach Frank back.
Right.
But also, Jason Lee is a very famous actor and costs a lot of money as well. So, I don't know. They've always had famous people, like, I mean, Rob Dyrdek is the reason why Skate exists.
Yeah, well, that would also make sense. Actual skaters.
Yeah, and Tim Robinson's a big skater as well.
Is he? I didn't know that. So maybe that's why.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he gets his start from like Big Brother and stuff like that. I know he was on SNL before.
I was like, he used to be an SNL writer. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he also wrote for like Big Brother and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. This is neat. This is another way to get the weebs involved.
Yeah, right.
Added all the Asian chibi people.
Yeah, they're adding
But it sounds they're
new
really
legendaries and
it's
stuff,
really
too.
evolving though.
Yeah,
it went
dude.
from just collecting 5 monsters on an island to a whole thing. So.
Yeah, it's a free update.
Yeah.
They're adding a level cap. They're raising the level cap and stuff.
Yeah,
as
I do
well.
like the Xbox specific consoles.
Right.
Or not consoles. Whatever the word they used.
The specific servers. private
Servers. Yeah, servers. Yeah. That's nice.
Right. Then we get a giant deep dive into Valorant for some reason. Valorant's, I guess, coming to console is the big thing, but they spent a lot of time here on Valorant.
Gameplay.
Really?
Everything you
dude.
just saw was
It's
captured
like 10
on
minutes.
console
Maybe
and
no one
with a
knows
controller.
where.
Valorant is coming
This
to
is the
PlayStation
one where I was like,
and Xbox
Valorant paid
Series
money.
X and S
Valorant paid
this
a lot
year.
of money.
Our limited
I'm
beta starts
counting
June
the
14th,
millions
and you can
as
sign up
we
right
spend
now.
10 minutes on the
Beta.play-
stage.
Oh yeah.
It's just all that Riot money. And it's the League of Legends team. So like
Yeah.
they got it.
Right. Yeah. They're like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. But like we're so deep into the show at this point. We're 2 hours and 6 minutes into the stream. So like what, an hour 45 into this show? That's a long Valorant.
Right, yeah. Might as well just have your own Valorant showcase.
Right. I think this is still Valorant. I think we're still going. Yeah, we're still going. This is a community cinematic.
So they ended it. They were just like, all right, Valorant until the end.
Yeah, so they come out with a trailer. They bring out these two dudes. They talk for a bit, and then they bring out this other lady after they show a different trailer. And then this lady talks for a minute, and then they show another trailer.
They're like hinting there's going to be a Valorant TV show or something.
I would believe it, man. I mean, they have Arcane, the League show.
They just put a new one out.
Yeah, Arcane was huge.
Sign up for Dash Pass now for $0
That
delivery
was like
fees.
Netflix's biggest show for a long time.
Now here in the audience, we've got a guy who is normally
I think it's one of the biggest animated titles
period
they have right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it made a lot of money. You're paying the bills. Paying the bills. Paying the bills. Then you got Pixar for some reason. This random streamer is in Pixar. Somebody paid money.
Yeah, right.
Somebody paid money to be here. Also, you get this trailer. You've probably seen this ad. I've seen this ad in small bits. This was the first time where I saw it all in its entirety.
Chicken does look a lot like Ken Jones.
And it's like
Today,
6 minutes long.
Chicken is excited to share a new game that Chicken and Chicken's buddies are in called Squad Busters. You fight monsters, collect
This thing is
lots
so
of
fucking
shiny
long.
things, and Chicken has a big role. That's all that matters. And here is our big ad.
This is a
Squad
mobile
up.
game.
I mean, cock-a-doodle-doo.
I'm sure it's great.
From the waist down. So
Get out of the f***ing bed, dude.
Get out of the bed.
I've never seen this before.
No.
I think I'm an excellent.
You've probably seen this commercial.
Because
your sword fights on it, right? Your sword fight.
he is a bridge.
He's one of the most equitable people I've ever
This is
met.
the-
Great emotionally.
I've seen it in like 5-second chunks.
I don't think I ever have.
Really?
Yeah.
You got like Chris Hemsworth and Will Arnett.
Right,
and
why?
all of them.
Yeah, there's so many.
This is the next game by the Clash of Clans people.
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
So that's the Clash
That's
of
why
Clans.
it's so
dude.
many. Yeah. So is that little wizard chick.
Yeah, right. I think the chicken might even be from them too.
Yeah, so it's just like $1 million mobile company that got all these actors to.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I've never seen these.
This is
That's so funny.
$6 million. If those numbers are right, that's a $6 million commercial right there just for it to air. This.
That's not even the actors they paid and stuff.
Right.
Right. Yeah. And the costumes.
Right. I mean, I've seen
just
like
for a mobile app.
I've seen that commercial everywhere.
More
like
money was
5-second
spent for that mobile game than anything else in this whole show.
So Monster Hunter Wilds also shows up here.
Yeah, with no subtitles.
Thank you, Jeff. Hello.
Oh, they have a translator. That's how they do these things when they're live.
Yeah, but I don't. I just want to read along.
He fucking went for a while. You can you watch her facial features because she talked.
大型のモンスターも出てきてますので、そちらも注目していただけたらと思います。
Thank you, Jeff. Hello, everyone. We've prepared a very special trailer today for Summer Game Fest. I want everyone to be on the lookout for a very mysterious large monster near the end of the trailer, as it's an important monster within the game.
はい、本作ではですね、没入感とアクション、こちらの融合を目指して開発を進めております。
He talks very fast. I don't think they would be able to subtitle him if they tried.
Yeah, I mean post credit, maybe not live.
Oh yeah, for sure. The YouTube, I'm sure the YouTube auto translate has it, but it's always terrible.
I would never. Yeah, I don't trust those.
As you'll see, we're working to deliver a
Even for my comedy videos, I have to go, but that was funny. She's like, my turn. No.
I hope players
They need like a hand
with
signal
their
or
friends
something.
across different platforms. When the game launches,
Just try to remember it all, too.
I know, that's the part, yeah.
On PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
She has to say all these key words too. There's like specific things that happen.
Right.
There should have been a teleprompter. Poor girl, like.
So yeah, what?
Oh, he's looking at his hand. He has notes. You see that?
Yeah. So what I can see is that there's a small teleprompter on the camera, but it's very loose.
Yeah. No, they need something like award show teleprompter, where it's just the back wall is
Last week, there
the.
will be a new trailer for
Right.
Monster Hunter Wilds at opening
From what
night
Kyle
live at
has said on
Gamescom in
stream
August.
is that
And our first public hands-on
the
playable
Game
demo of
Awards
Monster
and
Hunter Wilds will
Gamescom
also
are both
debut at
very
Gamescom.
heavily
Thank you.
teleprompted. They're very specific, and there's a
Almost all of
time.
those award shows are.
Right.
The Grammys, the Oscars, they're all
Right.
teleprompted. Almost 90% of it, 99% of it's probably not even improv.
Right. Summer Games Fest for Jeff is like 95% off the dome, which is insane.
Yeah. Oh, it's just more Monster Hunter?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm
We
saying.
started with Monster Hunter. Oh, no, that was
That
the
was
last
PlayStation.
thing. Oh, so this is just the same thing.
Yeah, Monster Hunter showed up a week later again.
Oh.
And this is more story focused.
Yeah, that's cool. Kind of a different monster.
Oh yeah, yeah, the sandworm and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was the weird thing. Is like they're like, stay tuned for the monster at the end, and like this is a good trailer. I'll skip through it a little bit, but like they don't show anything at the end. They have this thing.
Fine.
That's a really cool monster.
Yeah.
I like it. But they're like, stay tuned for the big reveal. And like they always have like the big monster, right? And this, I guess this ice dragon maybe. I don't know. That doesn't look like a big monster. They usually have like a big kaiju looking fucker.
Right.
And that's like the one on the title card usually, and they just don't have one this time.
Thank
right
you,
now.
Son. We will see you at
They have whatever that
Gamescom
dragon
in
thing
August.
is.
Right.
Like maybe that's the sandworm and the ice dragon. I don't know.
From S
It looks like
wowed
two
us all
different dragon
with its
things.
blazing fast combat and stylish art. Well, I'm honored
This
to
is
share
so
with
weird
you
to be
the
like, stay
brand
tuned
new
for the
trailer
end, and it's like, what?
featuring
What was
all
that?
gameplay. Here's our final game of the show.
This is what we
Phantom
end
Blade
on.
Zero.
This game looks tight.
I don't know why this is what he chose to end on. It seems like the consensus should have been like, he probably should have ended on the Alan Wake thing.
Yeah. Or the 10-minute long Deviant trailer or whatever it was. The whatever the 10-minute thing.
Valorant?
Valorant.
No,
Yeah.
you never want to end on that.
It was already so long.
Right, you always want to end on your strongest thing.
Turn back.
And that's why you got Astrobot at the end of the PlayStation.
Yeah, see, but only I feel like the Astrobot's kind of like if you know type thing. Like if you don't know what Astrobot is, that seems like a really lame ending to me.
Right.
Because I had no clue Astrobot had a history.
Right.
I mean, I've seen it pop up in the PlayStation 4 whatever menu. You can play like the mini game.
For sure.
So when I saw that as an ending, I mean, I guess it is a PlayStation thing. So if you're watching it,
Yeah.
most people would know where that is. But like,
Right. And that
until
was
you hyped it up, I was just like, all right, the PlayStation mascot got its own game. Ooh.
for sure.
You know.
For sure.
I mean, this looks sick.
Yeah, so Phantom Blade is also a mobile game.
Wow.
It's a mobile series. I don't think they're Souls-likes.
No. They give up that vibe, but yeah.
This is straight up a Souls-like.
Yeah.
This is like.
Oh, this one. Okay, you're saying
this
the
is
other ones.
Sekiro.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 of them. I'm hyped on this. It's just.
It looks really nice. Yeah.
It was really weird to have this as the ender, and also there's a lot of press here.
Mm-hmm.
But for them to be like, here's these hands-on experiences, press only.
Right.
Because, well, Summer Games Fest, China Joy is press only. Gamescom is press only for 3 of the 5 days. And then Tokyo Game Show is press only.
Huh. So the press get to touch the games first.
But that's what they ended on for the Summer Games Fest, which is it's a press only show in person.
Yeah.
But the whole conference is aired. So to be like, we're going on a hands-on experience tour, I can't play the game, man.
Right.
You know? But I'm sure they'll have a demo soon. Probably at the end of this. But that game's so far away, I think. I think that's going to be like...
Yeah, I feel like the Alan Wake thing would have been a good ending because they shadow dropped it too, so it's kind of like a bonus.
Right, and it's like, and you get to play it now. Well, I think at the time it was like 6 hours or something. It was
but
like
still.
Saturday. It was Saturday morning.
Either that or the Blumhouse thing. They probably should have been.
The Blumhouse thing would have been perfect.
One of those would have been good.
Yeah, I think the Blumhouse thing is it being so much like a scatter shot of things.
Yeah.
It's probably why they didn't end on that, but I agree that.
But at the same time, it is such a capital thing,
right?
That they could have.
What did they open on? It's like usually you want 3 tent poles, right? In these things, you want your beginning, your middle, and end.
Yeah.
And that's usually how they structure these things. You saw PlayStation do that with Concord, Where Winds Meet, I would say, and then Astrobot.
Yeah.
As well. I completely forgot what they opened with.
Yeah, it's long.
Yeah.
I mean, we did take a lot of time in between, so there's not really...
Right.
It's not like you just watched it straight through.
Yeah. That's also a product of, like... I mean, all these shows... Summer Games Fest and, like, his shows specifically are very long.
Yeah.
But, like... All of them are usually over an hour. Most of them, you're seeing over 20 games.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe 3 of them stick.
Mm-hmm.
But then, on a weekend like this, where it's like, yeah, 3 of them will stick from this show, but then I got 6 other shows to watch.
Right, yeah.
You know? And it's like, if I wasn't also consuming all of the other media, like, and paying attention to, like, what people are saying and being a part of, like, this circle,
yeah,
I wouldn't, all of that would have just, like, disappeared. And I imagine for you, it's going up until next week, unless if I text you, it's going to be, like, all...
It's even worse, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, this week I would say watch Ubisoft, and watch Xbox.
Yep.
Watch Xbox today because Xbox fucking killed it. We'll talk about that in detail next week. But dude, Xbox fucking killed it.
Yeah.
They brought heat after heat after heat.
Well, that's
and
good.
I am pleasantly surprised at everything. A lot of it was known stuff, but a lot of that known stuff showed a lot better than expected. I'll just say that South of Midnight game, phenomenal.
Right.
I'm so excited for that, dude.
Right.
It looks great. Yeah, I don't even want to ruin it. Like, Indiana Jones is the worst game they showed at that showcase.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I mean, I don't mind checking them out early. It's just remembering them, and then... You think with all the games... Because I do watch a lot of game stuff on my YouTube, but for some reason these type of things don't appear still. So I still have to go out of my way to look for them, which is weird.
Yeah, a lot of these are like from the IGN main feed. This is the straight from the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Like the
I'll probably just need to follow them
thing.
specifically, but
yeah.
Still.
That's what I do. GameSpot, IGN, the Game Awards. That's usually where all of these things are aired.
Yeah.
But then, like, with the other gaming stuff, like, I mean, I follow, like, Giant Bomb and Last
Dan, like, I have recommendations that are good, that I don't want to talk. I mean, I want to talk shit on IGN, but I don't want to at the same time. It's like IGN and GameSpot proper. Like, I love Giant Bomb and like a lot of the GameSpot people, but
yeah,
IGN and GameSpot proper are very sterile. Especially IGN, where like a couple of the podcasts are good. Like, I listen to GameScoop, but like if you watch IGN proper content of like the news, daily news stuff, it's like reading a magazine out of a doctor's office, kind of.
Oh, really?
Like, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
It's very child friendly and stuff like that. Versus like, that's why I love Giant Bomb so much,
Right.
and I have loved Giant Bomb for so long. I mean, those dudes came from GameSpot and then created their own thing that was very much different from GameSpot. As GameSpot started to become further away from what it used to be. Yeah, there's a lot of good games media now. Actually, Giant Bomb turned 16 this year.
Wow.
And then during this weekend, they kind of celebrated that as a part of this. Of this weekend, every single E3 time frame, they do their Giant Bomb at Night show, which is like, I mean, it's a legendary thing that they've done since the beginning, where you have the main host at at their thing, and they have a panel of people on the set of 2 couches.
Right.
And they go for an hour, and they do that for like 4 rounds for every single night of E3.
Oh, wow.
And people just get more and more drunk throughout the night because it's all a party.
Of course.
But like, this is the first year Phil Spencer hasn't been on in like almost a decade.
Wow.
Like, I mean, like, huge names, like fucking the dudes who created Doom. Like, I mean, like I said, the Blumhouse chick was on there this week.
Yeah.
Same thing with like Ben Starr is a really good friend of Giant Bomb, the Final Fantasy dude, Clive from Final Fantasy. I mean, he's like all over games media now, but you have all of them, the guys who create like Supergiant. All of those dudes are ex GameSpot dudes, so like they're all friends with Giant Bomb. They appear all over. There's some cool stuff that come out of that. But they turned 16 this year. There was an ARG thing that they did, called nuke.com, and if you answered it correctly, it kind of like gave you like this like fake text chat thing, and it gives you like this very heartfelt message of like, hey, everyone's like in their own, everyone that made Giant Bomb over the years, Giant Bomb has spread apart, but they're still very much all a family and very much all part of each other, because now you have Giant Bomb, and then, I mean, Alex, Vinny, and Brad left, created Nextlander. Dan and Mary and Mike all have the Fire Escape podcast. There's Friends at the Table. There's the Jeff Gersman Show proper after Jeff Gersman left. You have Remap Radio, which was Waypoint beforehand. You have what's the Star Wars one, A Civilized Age. You have all of these different podcasts and things that these people have created over the years, and there was a very heartfelt message kind of saying thank you to all of that. That was really cool. I wouldn't have even brought up on the podcast until you made me think of that. But like, yeah, there's definitely a lot of good games media out there that's worth following, and it's becoming more and more important to follow those people. You know, like IGN just laid off a bunch of people. It's getting rough out there. A lot more people are going independent, and that independence is very, very scary. But it's very important. There's a lot of fighting with Google and the whole ad spider web that they've created because of their monopoly of internet ads on across all platforms, not just the ones that are theirs, but across all platforms. Anything with AdSense is gonna go through Google. And with the rise of AI writing and all of this stuff, and it's just getting really hard out there for this stuff to carry on. So for Giant Bomb to turn 16 this year, I don't know. It means a lot to me. It's such a dumb thing, but it does. I don't know. Mega 64 turned 20 this year. It's also really important to me. That's a huge part of my life. Rooster Teeth was forever. They also had turned 20 this year. They got closed down this year. Yeah, support the independents, but also support the things that are around while you got them too. I've had these things in my life for a very long time, and I know they're not always gonna be the same, but they'll go away eventually, and I would like to keep them around for as long as I can, if I can help it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I have recommendations for you for sure. Like I said, game trailers, Jeff Keighley's old GameSpot to game trailers. Game trailers turned to EZA.
Yeah.
Kyle Bossman left EZA.
There's always some sort of progression.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of cool stuff out there still going on, but it's getting hard. And supporting friends and people doing cool creative things is definitely worth doing it, especially when the computers are coming for the human experience. They're coming for the humanity of it all. So
yeah.
Supporting the humans involved in it it's also very important, because you never know. I don't have much to talk about else. I know we didn't talk about what we've been playing, but I don't know. Did you play anything? I didn't play much. I played Little Kitty Big City.
No, I just got a little further in Like a Dragon.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was stuck for a minute, and then I just went back and leveled up a little bit, did some more side stuff, and then
the latter half of the game gets pretty rough from what I've heard.
I'm pretty sure I'm in the final chapter.
Yeah, I've heard that they get
and they pretty much already warned me. It's hey, this is it. When you go into this, make sure you're ready or whatever, because it's the end.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I'm in the last major battle area or whatever.
Hell yeah, though.
So that's cool. I'm ready to do that, but
fuck yeah.
Oh, and I played Humanity.
Oh, hell yeah.
The dog game.
Humanity's sick.
Yeah, it's really cute. It's a fun little game.
Yeah.
Very peaceful little solve a couple puzzles, go about your day type thing,
For sure.
And it makes you it's a fun puzzle that it's not frustrating.
Yeah.
Because you can't really lose.
Right.
Because it doesn't matter if you fall off the map and die. It doesn't matter if you kill a billion of your little humans. And in fact, it's actually encouraged to get a reward. So, and nothing feels like impossible or over the top, because all the controls are really basic too. They just give you what you can do or whatever. So it's like, you know, before you even enter a map, what you're capable of for that level.
Right.
And so you know, like, okay, well, all the solutions are right here in front of me. It's just a matter of, like, you know, pathing it a certain way or whatever.
For sure.
So, like, it's nice. It's a feel-good game. My only gripe in this whole game is the soundtrack is awful.
Yeah, really?
Absolutely. I hate it.
That's crazy.
I have to immediately put it on mute.
That's insane.
It does some sort of subconscious, like, whispering. It just sounds like 50 people saying the ABCs at the same time.
Okay.
Every sound, all the music sounds similar, like someone's just smashing keys on a electronic keyboard. It's very jumbled and chaotic compared to the peacefulness.
Yeah.
It, like, throws me off. I hate it. I immediately have to mute it and either play silently or, like, with my own music.
Have you played their games before?
No, I don't know what other games they make, but that one I just can't. Like, the first time I was playing it, I was like, okay, I can get into this, and you can change the music throughout the levels, so, you know, I would do that. But no, by, like, the third level, probably, I was already like, I can't. And, like, even in the main hub, too, because you're, like, walking around the main hub, and, like, all the people are, like, whispering and stuff, and it's just, like, no.
They do a lot of
Not even in, like, a creepy way. It's just, like, in a...
No, it's like
too quiet to be able to hear. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't. It's an ick I didn't know I had until now, but I can. That music, the only thing. Everything else, loved the game. Super fun game so far. I've barely scratched the surface. I already know. I've already looked at the trophies, so I know that I'm nowhere near any of the actual, like, epicness of the game, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Maybe the soundtrack will improve. I don't know. But so far, no, immediately. And, like, it's funny because I'll forget when I start playing it.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like 30 seconds in, and the music will start. And I'll be like, no. And I immediately just start turning it down. It's such a, I don't. But everything else, love it. Great fun game. Super fun.
So they've made Luminous.
I don't know if I played that one.
This is a PS3 arcade game. It's like a block, a match 3 block game, but there's a lot of music components in it and stuff like that. Rez. Have you ever played Rez or Rez Infinite?
No.
The game where you're a little man that flies through outer space and it's like a cerebral mindfuck.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, there's that.
I have to look these
and
up.
They made a VR version called Res Infinite.
Oh, word.
I think you can play on everything, but the original one came out for PS2.
Okay.
And then the studio's called Enhance. Is what the name of the studio. And the other game that they've made is their most popular game, and it's Tetris Effect.
Oh, just Tetris.
The cerebral, like, crazy acid trip Tetris. Have you seen it?
I don't think so.
This is a sound. When you said the music, this is why I freaked. I was like, that's crazy, because the Tetris Effect soundtrack is like something I play all the time.
Really?
For myself.
No, I don't think I've ever seen it. I saw the Tetris game where it's like you're playing Tetris, but you're constantly going down.
Oh, that sounds.
That's
weird.
like an indie game. It's like, so like the map change because you're constantly like the map is just ever falling. I'll have to show you that one. That one's pretty sick too. That was like an indie game that I found.
Let me just play a little bit of the song.
Oh, right. I mean, Tetris...
It's not gonna show any of the what the actual blocks look like, because there's two different modes in this. There's like you can just watch the cerebral stuff, or you can play it with the game.
Yeah, I'd much rather prefer this. This sounds like actual music.
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing in the fucking Humanity game is not that.
The new.
It's like maybe it's supposed to be music through the ears of a dog or something, and maybe that's what they did. Because it's like it really makes it irks me. Like in a way I didn't know music could do. Like it's just sounds that.
Never heard that. So just like all of their games, you can play this in VR.
Oh wow.
And it's a complete light show around you.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
Humanity's really cool because it turns the whole game into a diorama. And you can spin it, like, you can make it bigger and smaller and, like...
Oh, in VR?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, right, yeah, you can do that while you're playing as a remote, but I imagine in VR because it's in front of you, so you're actually, like,
a full
poking
3D
shit.
space, yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, and you can shrink yourself to be as small as the dog or
oh, wow.
stuff like that.
That's cool. That kind of adds a different thing to it.
Yeah, it's really cool. But it being so talkative and stuff, I imagine a lot of they also do like, is it binaural audio is what it's called, like the 3D audio stuff.
Right, that's the other thing that I didn't like, because it's
Yeah.
like just a bunch of people whispering.
And
incoherentness.
Right, I'd imagine when that's on you, that sounds like it's around you.
Yeah, that's probably even worse. I have to mute it.
But it would make sense when you're probably that small.
I guess, yeah. It probably sounds better that way. Or it makes more sense for sure. Yeah, this
Yeah.
I have seen this before.
I love
the
this
Tetris.
game.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
The Connected is the, I think that's on Game Pass, and they have a multiplayer version
I
of
wonder
it.
if I can find it really quick.
It's all connected. Enhance. Tetsuya Mizuguchi is the guy who did all those games. Space Channel 5 was the other game he did that I was thinking of, dude.
I don't think I've heard of that one either.
Space Channel 5 is an old Dreamcast game with Lala. And it's I think Michael Jackson did the soundtrack with it as well. You've seen her before. She's like iconic, like video
I think
game
I've played.
character.
I think I've played Space Channel 5.
Yeah.
I think that game was on the
Dreamcast.
I
know they did a sequel.
The iGame, whatever it's called.
The iToy?
iToy.
Was it? Oh yeah, here it is.
It's like a dance game or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that game.
Yeah, same dude.
Oh, okay.
Who directed this game would eventually direct these games.
That's cool.
Yeah. Right, and then
I
they
don't
did
know how I'll even find that game, to be honest.
Space Channel 5 VR they did as well, and they added Hatsune Miku to it. That's crazy. He's also Sega Rally. I didn't know there were so many Luminous games as well. There's like 5 or 6 Luminous games. Yeah, Luminous, Luminous 2, Luminous Live, Luminous Supernova, Luminous Plus. He also did 99 Nights, which is fucking dope.
Wow.
Have you seen that? Have you played that game before?
No, I've heard of it though. Yeah, I don't know how I'll ever find that game. I know I was talking to you about it before.
What game?
The Tetris game, but like the map changes as you fall. I've been Googling it, but we should probably wrap this podcast up before we continue this.
Yeah.
Because we're like 3 hours in, I think.
Yeah. Blocky Dungeon. Does that sound right?
You have to show me. I don't know.
No, that's a roguelike. Never mind.
No, but it looks like Tetris, but the map just like as you fall, and then like you enter this regular world, but everything's blocks, and you have to connect it as you go or whatever. But I don't know. Roguelike.
That's crazy.
I'll find it again. I'm sure it'll pop up again on my. Yeah, all I'm getting is that one game you just showed me now.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, we'll call it. It's all good. Next week we'll be talking about Day of the Devs. We'll be talking about Devolver. We'll be talking about Xbox. And we'll be talking about Ubisoft. It'll also probably be a very long episode, but that's it. It's well needed. We took the break for that to kind of gather all of this. Who knows what's going to happen across the next week? Now that E3 is dead, all of the showcases used to be in 1 week, and now it's kind of like all year long, and a lot of it's in the summertime. So we could have 5 other showcases on top of that next week. We still have no word of Nintendo. Nintendo is somewhere around the corner. Who knows when? But we'll find out when in another episode. Anything else, Patrick?
No, I just want to find that game, and I'm never going to find it, so...
Well, it's all good. We can put it in the notes of next week's episode.
I'll Google
if I do
it for
find
the next week until...
Put it in the Facebook message so you remember.
You'll get a message at 2 in the morning. I found it.
Hey, I'll be awake. That's like 2 in the afternoon for me. Yeah. With that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. It's been fun, guys. It's been real. Peace out, Cub Scouts. Bye.